What's going on, people? Welcome to an In Motion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today we got a watch along for Vikings Lions. We have a whole week 18 to talk about. We have a whole set of playoff games to talk about, and it's been a good minute. I don't think I've seen you guys since Wednesday. Yeah, New Year's Day. It's been like 4 days. So big up to everybody in here. Was supposed to do Georgia against Notre Dame, but I thought they postponed it 24 hours. That's what I initially saw. I did not see that that was cap. They ended up playing it at 4 p.m. As a person that's a working man, what a horrible time to reschedule it to. So, inevitably, that really wasn't possible. And then I was supposed to do yesterday. I was supposed to have a flu game stream. I'm not feeling the best, a little bit under the weather. But here's the thing, like, it's not even about what I can and can't do in terms of will. I sounded like complete shit yesterday. Like my voice was horrible. And like a live stream, when I do a live stream for a football game, inevitably I'm talking for 3 hours. So usually that back hour, even on a healthy day, my voice can get a little bit raspy. So I just thought through how the hell would I sound 2 hours into speaking for 3 hours in a row? And it would have been bad. So for that reason, we had to call it. But feeling much better today. Do think I'll be able to hold up. Got some wrong hand. I got some hot tea here, so that should keep my voice in a good place. Um, but yeah, life is good. We got a 3rd and 5 early in this game. Um, Great opportunity for Brian Flores' defense to get off the field. You still sound sick. Hope you feel better. Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit better, but I'm definitely not myself. I sound better. Like I sound okay right now. Crossing route to Jahmyr Gibbs, who makes number 51 look really silly. That was a hell of a play by Gibbs. That play had no business going for a first down. But let me go through the chat really quickly. Big up King, good to see you. He says, "Well, the season is dead to me." I hear you. I hear you. There were times in this chat where King was heavily pessimistic about his team, and I was, I guess, trying to present that maybe he was being a bit harsh. Turns out he was dead right. Breaking news: fans of football teams know their teams better than general fans. Part of the reason, like, I think things like this are really cool that bring fans together. But yeah, King was right. Hashtag King was right. Who's king of the North? Gotta love the emojis. I do like how he found a way to have a Viking emoji, just a boat with a paddle. We know what that means. Vikings Nation rise. So Daniel has clearly jumped on a bandwagon. Colts season is over. Well, it's Viking season. Bradley and Ballard out say no to terrorism. Honestly, everybody out. Everybody out in Indy. Drip Bowl, Nola Strong, 100%. I thought New Orleans could have done something. They withered as that game went on. But yeah, big up Prime. Good to see you. Appreciate the support as always. Like and subscribe, people. What's up, Gail? Good to see you. Football is definitely heartbreaking. Football is definitely heartbreaking. And we're entering the heartbreaking time of the year. Gail, you weren't here week 1. I did do a watch along week 1 when our teams played in Brazil. It was a hell of a game. It was super chaotic. I actually think if you think about all the different big plays and all the different turnovers, there were huge swings in that game over and over and over and over again. And then I thought Jordan Love's knee got completely wrecked at the last play of the game. I felt horrible. Thankfully, he's okay. 3rd and 8, and they ran a draw. The hell? That's peak Lions arrogance. That is Ben Johnson arrogance right there. 3rd and 8, and you run a draw. Oh my God. Oh, that lineman completely messed up. To be honest, he probably gets it if that guy just executes the block. Okay, maybe less on Ben Johnson, more on the execution there. So we got 3rd and 8. The Lions get no points from their first drive. So great start for Minnesota so far. Honestly, should have been a 3 and out. Oh, the punt returner stumbles. 10-7 and being out in the first round for 7 years in a fucking row. I saw that somebody put together that you guys were 10-7 last year with Rudolph, Pickett, and there was a third quarterback. I forget who it was. So that's definitely disappointing. Like, truthfully, at the beginning of the year, my whole thing on Pittsburgh was like, guys, I saw this team win 10 wins with those quarterbacks. Surely they're going to do better. And I was wrong. But also, what I think what that shows you is that Pittsburgh is not one player away. Like, the situation top to bottom needs to be re-examined. And when I say top, I don't even necessarily mean Mike Tomlin. I mean like GM, head executives. I think like from top to bottom, the way the team goes about things, it probably needs to be kind of examined and looked over. I told you I like their jerseys. Yeah, the Vikings jerseys, they have a few ones that are really good. The all whites are really nice. I think the standard purple ones are pretty dope. Speaking of Ben Johnson, have you heard the Bears news about him? I heard that the Bears are really interested, but I heard a rumor today that Ben Johnson he would prefer to go to Jacksonville if he can pick the executive there, because Jacksonville's probably cleaning house, and if they clean house, obviously they have to get a new GM and a new coach. And what I heard is that he would prefer to go there if he gets the opportunity to bring an executive with him. I really respect Ben Johnson, by the way. Like, football aside, just the way he's going about his career and the way he's going about business, I think it's an outstanding understanding of leverage. It's an outstanding understanding of the fact that you as one man are only but so powerful. So as a person who is looking to be a head coach, he's maybe the most aware candidate I've ever seen. Like, he's the candidate with the most awareness of the fact that, hey, it's not in my best interest to go just take any random job. And in some cases, what you would say about coaches is that, you should take the job while you still have the opportunity. You never really know. But I guess he has a really good feel for the fact that he's going to be a hot coaching candidate as long as he's in Detroit, because Detroit is set up really nicely, especially in relation to how they're set up around him. So he's just going to stick in Detroit until he goes to the right situation where he feels like, there's the right people around him, and then he's going to take the job. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but in terms of just isolating for how he's going about taking his first head coaching job, brilliant understanding of just like leverage and what you need around you. You know that the Bears GM doesn't. Whoa, I didn't see this. So this is the rumor you're talking about. Oh, it's actually what we can do, bro. King, if you remember where you saw that, if you could drop the link in the chat, I'd love to put it on the screen, because that sounds pretty interesting. First handoff, Aaron Jones up the middle for 8 yards. But yeah, I did my absolute best. Oh, you got it from TikTok? Fair enough. No worries. I'll look for it. I can probably look for something like that. If it's easy, try. But if not, bro, don't worry. Ben Johnson, Bears. I think we're going to do a Black Monday stream probably tomorrow evening. Because what I'm seeing right now, bro, I looked up Bears and Ben Johnson, and the first two links say that Vrabel and Ben Johnson are the top two candidates that the general manager wants. Justin Jefferson catches a wide receiver screen for 5 yards on 1st and 10. PR Merchant says he's annoyed we didn't win the division game, but never does anything about it. Absolutely washed old man. Honestly, I think Jim Irsay is a very vibes-based guy. That's my thing. That's how he comes across to me. I think when he has a GM, has a coach, I think he's more or less feeling out like, does this guy seem like a decent guy? Does it feel like they know what they're doing? I don't actually think he's super like callous about results. And I think that's why the Colts are in this situation, because this GM should have been fired a long time ago. The GM before him should have been fired a long time before that. I feel like how like some places basically just hire people that are going to get along with other people. Like that's an observed hiring strategy in this world. It really seems like the Colts are emboldened in that as well. So it's a problem. Got flu from job for the fantasy. Can't even catch it. What's good, Jim Will? I tried to have a flu game yesterday. I couldn't. And I wouldn't say today is a flu game because I actually feel much better. I don't sound the same, I don't think, but I feel much better. Yesterday would have been the flu game. I would have, if I did it, I would have been persevering. And just to be clear, I would have sounded like complete shit by the end of it. It would have been hard to listen to, I'm sure. Raiders should defunct. What a disgrace being the only team in our division to not make it. Damn. That being said, though, they should absolutely go defunct. They are a complete mess of a team. I'm actually really glad that no good young quarterbacks are going to get drafted there. Like, genuinely. Because no quarterback deserves that. I was saying it, bro. Once I saw him go pull for Gardner Minshew and Luke Getsy in a high leverage moment, with all the momentum they built last year, once I saw him pull for those two figures, I knew he was cooked. Beargoggles.com. Ooh. Okay, I actually saw this. Because I guess what I wanted to get to was what's the actual source? Bears haven't had success since the Truman administration. Oh, so I'm seeing here in this thing. Are you referencing the part of the article that says another huge roadblock for Bears acquiring Ben Johnson? He would only take the job if Ryan pulls. Here's the thing: those guys, you might think, who is Charlie and Walter from Walter Football? I've actually been reading Walter Football for like over a decade now, not like regularly, but like every so often. I really like their draft content. They have connections. Like, they are definitely plugged in. Some of the stuff they put out is deadly accurate. Obviously, their hit rate isn't great, or perfect. What I mean to say, but Charlie and Walter, they're clearly connected people. So if they're saying that Ben Johnson would only take the job if Ryan Poles gets dismissed, I kind of believe that. You've seen Jimmy G Strings. Jimmy G Strings is a crazy name. That's a crazy name. He wasn't the problem. Yeah, bro, I saw his stats. He had almost when I checked in, 300 yards, 75% completion percentage. Jimmy G, hell of an offense runner. Oh, Sam Darnold had him on third down. He absolutely had Hawkinson. Had to be a good ball. It wasn't a good ball. And the Vikings will punt on fourth and down. Have fun against the Texans, since we love our late game choking. Russell Wilson in that 2-minute drill was a criminal. He is too damn old to be making mistakes like the mistakes he made in the 2-minute drill. We'll probably talk about Pittsburgh. Well, we'll talk about the game specifically, but with Pittsburgh, right? I don't mind if they bring Russ back, but the only justification for bringing Russ back is to play, basically, because just to play football while the actual guy gets ready. So I think for them, if they're gonna draft a quarterback, then signing Russ makes sense. If they're gonna I think Russ and Fields made sense together. Fields just didn't turn out to be the prospect that their coaches like. But if they get somebody new, or a good new young quarterback, I'm trying to think who it could be. You know what? The Steelers should be pissed that Bryce Young found success. But yeah, I don't mind bringing Russ back, but it has to be with a real good quality young quarterback. And the goal of Russ is to just play while that guy's waiting to get ready. The Steelers game was artistic. Wait, no. What is the? There's a clean way to say it. People say it on the internet a lot. Damn, can't think of it. Can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm pissed right now. I'm sick of the mediocrity. Big up, Leon. Good to see you, Leon. If the Patriots don't bring Mike Vrabel back, acoustic. Here it is. Thank you. The Steelers game was acoustic. I could not think of it. Because to be honest, acoustic really isn't that close. Yes, there we go. I hear it. But yes, Leon's team does have standards. If they don't get Mike Vrabel, they're fucking around because it's such a clean fit. Oh my god, Vrabel and the Patriots, it's perfect. It's some storybook shit. But yeah, no, that's definitely what they should be doing. I don't know what King's opinions are, and I don't even know about you, but I think we've overvalued Steelers attacking options. Pickens and Najee are nice, but can also be eh. So I think Pickens definitely. So what I would say with Pickens is that we see the talent. So then in our head, we imagine what he could be if he develops into his full potential. The problem with the Steelers is the more and more time he spends with shit quarterbacks, the lower his ceiling gets because like you can't be like, let's say he like, you how do I say this? Like you need a good quarterback to even put him in the right positions to develop as a player, right? It applies to every dependent position in football. But basically, yeah, like Pickens is not going to miraculously develop into a superstar all-pro receiver with this kind of quarterback play, right? Like you need certain kinds of experiences. Yo, hold on. The schedule dropped. The schedule dropped. Yo, we escaped the Monday night game. We escaped the Monday night. Oh, this is a thing of beauty. We escaped the Monday night wild card game. Packers, Eagles, 4:30 on Fox. Okay, bet. I think guys. I think I might be doing every wild. No, I lied. Okay, there's 3 games I'm doing for sure. There's 2 games I'm doing maybe. There's 1 game I'm definitely not doing. Bills Broncos. Fuck no. Under no circumstance are we doing a watch along for Bills and Broncos. The guaranteed games are Steelers Ravens, the Monday night game, which is going to be the Rams against the loser of this game, and Packers Eagles. The maybe games are Chargers and Texans, and what's it called? Commanders Bucks. And the reason why they're maybe games is because like I just might not have enough time in my life to do 15 hours of streaming on wildcard weekend. I just might not in life. However, if I do, I would love to do 5 watch alongs. Especially because there's 2. Okay, I'll be doing 1 college football semifinal watch along. So yo, I'm talking about 6 watch alongs in a 5-day span. I should be able to figure it out. I'm just gonna double check. My team has no standards. Don't be fooled. Okay, I hear it. I think you're referencing the execs there because they still have some like jobs for the boys shit going on with the execs, I believe, but I might be wrong. But yeah, no. So Pickens, but also that's 1 player, right? Like you need more receivers. The interesting thing about Pittsburgh is that they've tended to be very good at drafting receivers. I don't know what happened with Roman Wilson this year. I think he was hurt for most of the year. But like, I don't know. I'm surprised that they don't have options. I'm surprised that it's come down to this. Is our game on Saturday or Sunday? Gail, our game is on Sunday. Sunday at 4:30 Eastern time. So I believe that's 3:30 Central time. So for what it's worth, Keg, I think your O-line, I think you have in-house options that are going to develop well over the time. So the center from West Virginia, I think his name is Zach Frazier, and the young tackle you drafted, they should be getting better over time. You also drafted did you draft McCormick? That's the thing. I think your offensive line should develop internally over time. I think with the other stuff though, yeah, you guys need more from the running back position and from the receiver position. That part is for sure, and obviously the quarterback position. Goddamn, basically the whole team, but the offensive line. But yeah, no, it's true, and that's why that's the thing. When I started this by saying, "Oh shit," Jared Goff finds a wide open Amon-Ra for about a chunk play for over 20 yards. When I say that you have to reevaluate just everything in Pittsburgh, that's why, because when you look at the team, I just basically said that everything needs to get better externally, except for the offensive line, which it's not that they don't, it's not that they're great. They also have to get better. You just think that there's enough talent there for the young talent to develop. We run the damn ball and Jonathan Taylor Cook's coincidence. I think we're going to OT the Jags. Maybe we're mad. But you know what it is too? It really just seems like Indy is even just if you look at the drama with like Pat McAfee and Zaire Franklin, it really just seems like they're not like top to bottom. Like I think Pittsburgh is top to bottom in terms of how they evaluate talent. In Indy, it might be top to bottom in everything. Why are we on Saturday night again? Do you not like Saturday night? I don't think Saturday night is that bad. Monday night is the fucked one because you have to play a divisional round game on a short week. I actually think, okay, guys, it adds to the stakes because there's a very real likelihood that the loser of this game, which will play on Monday Night Football, then has to play the winner of this game again on a short week. That is a horrible circumstance. That is so bad. Let's say, argument's sake, Minnesota loses this game. They then have to play the Rams on Monday Night Football, at which they could let's say they win that game and the Bucks beat the Commanders. Then Philly plays the Bucks, assuming the Eagles win, which may not happen, but assuming that the Eagles win. So if we get Philly the Bucks, then we get Lions and Vikings again, but then the Vikings would have to play on a short week in Detroit against Detroit off a bye. That's a ridiculously difficult spot for Minnesota. 2 weeks off of losing to that very team. A team you got swept by. I say this to say that is a horrible situation. Even if it's Detroit that loses, it's a little bit less bad for Detroit because at least you know, like they beat. I thought they outplayed the Vikings thoroughly in the first game, but yeah, the stakes for this game are so high. I forget who I was talking to. I was talking to one of my friends. I feel like I've never seen a game this high stakes. Like a lot of the times, late season teams will be playing for a 1 seed, right? But then the loser gets the 2 seed, or they'll be playing for a playoff spot where the loser misses the playoffs. And like the swing is 1 spot, right? The swing is 7 to 8, or the swing is 1 to 2. I've never seen a game like this where the swing is 1 to 5, but particularly the circumstances are this. If you win, you get the 1 seed, a bye week, and all home playoff games. If you lose the game, you get no bye week and realistically all road playoff games. I've never seen a game like this between 2 14-win teams have this, like the stakes be this high. That's actually unreal. And that's actually why I'm so excited for this game. And like no amount of illness could stop me from doing this. Knock on every bit of wood. I could have been in a hospital bed right now. I would have found a way to do it because this shit is amazing. Like again, I'm trying to think, guys, if you guys can remember, has there ever been a regular season game with stakes this high before? And when I say stakes, I'm talking about the difference between the position that you're in, win versus loss. We had money this offseason and an open coaching vacancy, but decided blah, 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 blah. This is true. This is very true. I mean, they're in this situation for a reason. 3rd and 12 for the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs motions back and forth between the slot. Amon-Ra in motion. Shout out the channel. Goff gets pushed to his left. Finds Tim Patrick on a crossing route. Great tackle by Shaq Griffin. Puts the Lions on a 4th and 4. And this is classic 4th down territory. The short punt / long field goal range at around like the 43. That is peak 4th down territory. And this is Dan Campbell. So 4th and 5. You might think 5 is a lot, but this part of the field is exactly where teams love to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 5 for the Lions offense. 3rd drive of the game, 2nd drive for the Lions. No points yet. This is the first time a team in this game has been across midfield, I think. 4th and 5. Detroit snaps the ball. All out blitz from Brian Flores. Goff hangs in there, catches Jameson Williams on the crossing route, who gets out of bounds after picking up about 13 yards. Pretty good play call there because Goff had a pretty quick and easy option against the all-out blitz. He had to hang on to the ball a little bit, but for the most part, I've seen this be a lot more difficult of a situation for quarterbacks. He takes 1 step to his left. He's hot to his right, meaning that there's a blitzer that's unblocked. He just has to hang in there for about a second, take a hit, deliver the ball. But Jameson Williams was wide open, and you love to see it. A good hot route option for a quarterback that's hot. Hand off to Jahmyr Gibbs after the conversion, and Gibbs is going to house this from 25 yards out. Jahmyr Gibbs finds the end zone, and it is 7-0. Yeah, this is true. Big up time to shine. Good to see you. 10-7. We will take it, but fuck the Cardinals. Yo, Will, I found out today that the Seahawks are the first 10-win team to not make the playoffs in this expanded playoff format. Ever since we've gone to 7 playoff games or 7 playoff teams, every team that's ever won 10 games has made the playoffs. You guys are the first 10-win team to not make the playoffs in this expanded format, which goes to show you guys were victims of the fact that the NFC was very strong this year. That being said, probably wouldn't have done anything in the playoffs anyways. But yeah, just a random bit of history. You seen this Kevin Love post? Nah, but I'll check that out in a second. King, my brother, who is your team? Okay, we'll soon, bro. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're feeling good though. We're feeling good. I don't think I sound the same, but we're feeling good. Just gonna bandwagon OKC and the Vikings. Damn, Daniel's going through it. Let me take Russell Wilson back. Yo, you want Russ back? That's interesting. Vikings, as you can see, have the man trade me JJ. Yo, so this is actually something that I thought was interesting. I heard that teams have been reaching out to the Vikings for JJ McCarthy. Damn. The fuck? My voice just quit on me. My voice just did what Michael Pierce did, the Ravens player that intercepted the pass, where he just took a knee and just was like, "Nah, we're done with this." My voice just did that. But yeah, I heard that teams they don't really rate the quarterbacks in this draft. So there's some teams that reached out to the Vikings about McCarthy because comparing McCarthy to the quarterbacks in this draft, some teams may have opted to pursue that option. But interesting take, because I think especially what's it called? Surfell got in this chat and he was asking, where would McCarthy rank in this draft class? Which was a good question. We had a good little discussion about it. He would definitely be in the top tier. But yeah, this was actually something that was floated out there. I think the Vikings would be absolutely insane to trade JJ. I think the Vikings will let Darnold walk. Yeah, for sure. Like, the thing is, I think they would have loved to give him like a Geno Smith trade, like a Geno Smith deal, or like what's his name, Baker Mayfield, or what Russell Wilson is about to get, something like that. But he's outplayed that, and he's young. The key difference between actually, you know what? I think maybe you could compare. You know what, though? No. When Baker signed his deal, I think he did less than what Darnold's done this year. So, yeah, I think he's outplayed that kind of a contract. Sounds like Jose Deep voice. The Colin Coward man said the same thing. Yo, I like this, man. Just call him Colin Coward. Chauncey Billups is in the building. Mr. Big Shot. Detroit royalty. His voice did what George Pickens did on Saturday and fucking drop. Bro, did you see 42 Doug? His tweet? That was the funniest thing. But no, he just said that George Pickens messed up his gambling night. Bro, Colin Coward looks really good right now because everybody at Fox is getting sued. And in the lawsuit, the lady that made the lawsuit basically clarified, by the way, Colin Coward's cool. He never messed with me. He never did anything weird. He was a chill guy. But everybody else is getting cooked. Didn't Ace drop? But yeah. What did he say? I think he says, like, man, Pickens fucked up my bankroll, this goofy ass. Darnold scrambles to the right, cannot escape the pass rush, takes like a 20-yard sack at the 2-yard line. What a shit play. I blocked the Colts and Ursay on Twitter. I'm done with this shit poverty franchise. Blocking the Colts is funny. I don't know why, but this is hilarious to me. This man blocked the Colts and the owner. Yo, would it be wild to say that the Vikings have been playing like the Colts ever since Daniel joined the bandwagon? 2nd and 27. My goodness. Oh, swing pass to Aaron Jones. Oh, what? Okay, there were blockers there, but this one Lions guy did a good job of getting wide. Made it harder for Aaron Jones to find the edge. It's usually those two I watch, Coward and Rich Eisen, then Nightcap for some chill discussions. Nightcap is hilarious. But honestly, I think with Nightcap, for me, Ocho carries it. I don't think I could ever watch Shannon Sharp talk about anything by himself or with other serious people. But I think if you think, I like Shannon Sharp as a foil for Ocho. But Ocho is the guy, man. Ocho is so funny. Every time he cries on that show, it's the best thing ever. 3rd and 18. Darnold has, oh my God, he had Hawkinson. He overcooked it. Second drive in a row that will end for the Vikings because Sam Darnold could not complete the ball to Hawkinson. Hell yeah, Peter. What's good? Good to see you. Page 24 of the 42-page lawsuit. It's so bad. Yo, it's so bad. But I also think it's interesting that there was a part where, like, basically she was like, yo, Colin Coward was chill. But then everybody else is getting cooked. I'm not necessarily saying he's a curse, but, like, the facts are the facts. An ex-Fox Sports employee is suing Fox Sports. One of the things in the lawsuit is that apparently Skip Bayless offered her like 1.5 million to sleep with her, allegedly, and then apparently he was making some advances on her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm Muslim," and then Skip Bayless was like, "Oh, doesn't that mean like, or aren't 3 or 4 wives in Islam?" Oh no. He made an advance on her. She said, "I'm married." He said, "You're Muslim. Aren't like 3 or 4 wives a part of your religion? Like, wouldn't your dad have like 3 or 4 wives?" And she's like, "My dad's dead." So yeah, that was in the lawsuit. Sounds like there was some wild shit going on at Fox. The Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor stuff is just interesting. But yeah, no, it's wild as hell. Oh yeah, I saw Taz, our resident Cowboys fan, tried trolling Chisel the. Who is that? Who is Chisel Adonis? I'm very unfamiliar with what you're getting at here. Yes, bro, it was crazy. The bits that I've seen have been insane. If there's anything really good, Peter, I mean, really good is maybe the wrong way to put it. Just particularly interesting. Let us know. But yeah, the main ones I saw was like the Skip Bayless stuff and the Acho and Joy Taylor stuff. Steelers YouTuber. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Also, Steelers fans, it's up Saturday night. I'm gonna come on stream once I put my laundry in. Bro, say less, man. I saves me some talking. I have to talk about this. Fuck football. You see Tyreek Hill basically saying he wants out of Miami. So Miami's in an interesting spot where, like, if you're not going to make a move at quarterback or coach, you can make all the peripheral moves you want. But, like, probably going to get the same results. So, like, if you're going to get rid of Tyreek, I mean, part of me almost wants to say, like, keep Tyreek or get rid of Tyreek. Like, you're going to get more or less the same outcomes. Even NFL Twitter is mocking us. My hot takes all flop, by the way. Nah, the hype trains definitely ran out of steam. That part is clear. Carolina, though. Carolina, you know what? They didn't die necessarily. Well, they stopped winning, but they kept playing, good. They had a very ethical tank. Like, whatever draft pick they got, definitely teams picking around them that were much more shit. Panthers division next season though. No cap. Carolina beats Pittsburgh right now. That's hilarious. Also, like, pretty valid. Panthers division next season though. Yeah, we'll see what Tampa does. But Panthers, I'm assuming they're gonna spend a lot of money because I don't think they have a lot of offensive players. What the fuck did I just say? Offensive players? Why was that in my head? They don't have a lot of expensive players. There we go. Bring Tyreek home. No. 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 We're not doing that. But yeah. No. I'm not a fan. I don't like what he just introduced. Yes, send Tyreek to. Oh my God. Who just got smoked like that? Bro, Van Ginkel. What did this guy do to you? Oh, that's Gibbs? Gibbs will be fine. Man, some players, you know, like he got up quickly, so they don't have to put him in the concussion protocol. And I think if it's up to the Lions, they'll allow him. But like, bro, Goff got Gibbs smoked. 3rd and 20 for the Lions. Pass rush gets to Goff, and they're gonna have like 4th and 30. We don't need Defo Magic team getting stronger. 100%. It is funny though with the Chiefs. Like what you saw today basically is the back end of their roster is complete shit. Lost like what 38-0 to the Broncos. Like the Eagles basically benched everybody and still fucking somehow beat the Giants. Because the back end of the roster is like somewhat respectable. What you saw from the Chiefs is that the back end of the roster is complete dog shit. Vikings punt return gets back to the 50. So good field positioning and Jahmyr Gibbs. Hopefully, you know, probably he'll end up playing. Like I said, it looks like they're talking to him there, but he's not in the tent or anything. Like there's some players that are just too important for the concussion protocol. This is the NFL at the end of the day. Yo, this is true. This is true. So I cooked with thinking New England was gonna win. I was wrong about Tennessee and the Giants though. The Giants losing like that to the Eagles' 2nd and 3rd stringers is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Yeah, nobody wanted the Bengals in the playoffs. 100%. 100%. Why would you want the Bengals in the playoffs when you can play Bo Nix? You can just play Bo Nix. Still pissed y'all didn't let Saquon get his record. Me too. Me too. Here's my thing though, King. I think there's a couple of things that maybe you have to think about. If Saquon was going to play, do you think the Giants would have just put 8 guys in the box and lost by 50 in the air? Like, do you think the Giants basically say, you know what, we would rather lose this game. We don't want Saquon to dance on us like this. Let's put 8 guys in the box. Let's make him get 30 carries to make him need 30 carries to get 100 yards and just lose by 50 in the air. Like Hurts would have 400 passing yards. They'd lose 50 by 50. But like Saquon either doesn't get the record or gets the record with bare carries and crazy just like wear and tear on the body. My issue, and then the other side of it is like, it is the Giants. So Ashton Gentihim. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think if it wasn't the Giants, if there wasn't a personal thing, like let's say this was the Cowboys, I feel like it might not be that bad. Let's say Saquon, might need 15 carries to get 100 yards. Carson Wentz, time to learn CFL. Forget that time for him to learn European culture because he's playing European League. Happy retirement, OBJ, Zeke, and Flacco. Carson Wentz needs to learn the shooting that they were doing, the Turkish guy, the shooting that they were doing in the Olympics. He needs to learn that shit because that's what he's good for. I remember on the Eagles, he used to just talk about hunting all off season and how like When he was playing for the Eagles, he got a home in Jersey near an area where he can hunt. So he needs to get back on that shit. But yeah, big drive here for the Vikings. He about to learn Pee Wee football coach. You know, my issue with Wentz though is that like the consistent story about him is that like he just doesn't do well with people. Like part of the issue he has in the NFL is guys just don't rock with him. So like I don't know how coaching would go because coaching is inherently like a very social / networking thing. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Are Lions getting Montgomery back for the divisional round? I don't think so, but I don't know either for sure. Because I don't think they put out a timeline. They just said initially he's out for the year, and then they said probably not. So they didn't really say when he would be back. Looks like the Lions are going to add 15 yards to this game because Brian Branch went for somebody's helmet. Wentz is a bum. Certified bum. Certified scrub. I was trolling my Raiders friend that Raiders should get Zach Wilson. Honestly, they're just going to draft a scrub. That's just it. They're going to draft a complete and downright bum. All the teams, if you don't get literally Shador or Cam Ward, just wait till the second or third round to take a shot on somebody. You spoken about the top 3 pick changes yet? No, but this is a great point. We can look at the draft order. Ooh, wide receiver screen barely goes over Brian Branch. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Which is kind of the story of watching the Lions defense. You just don't know who those people are. Second and 10 at the edge of field goal range. The Lions bring a blitz. Oh, Darnold hangs in there, throws a deep ball to Addison. The ball it's a post route, and the ball is too far to the left. So it ended up being basically behind Addison. Would have required a crazy adjustment for that to be a completion. The fuck? But yeah. So blitz pickup was good. Darnold didn't even get pushed off his spot. The way he loaded up, I'm like, he's going up against man coverage. There must be somebody open. And then it's a terrible ball to a covered receiver. 3rd and 10. If the ball gets snapped as Anzalone asks for a flag. Oh my God. Oh my God. Same situation. They bring the house blitz. You know there's man coverage. He has Justin Jefferson open. Darnold almost misses him. Time to Shine says Jefferson is insane. That is a fact because this is not a good ball. He makes Jefferson go get it, a pure hands catch at probably like the edge of his catch radius, and he comes down with that. That is pretty sick. Big moment. 3rd down and 10 in a drive where you kind of need something. You would give a lot of momentum back if after being down 7-0, you get the ball at midfield and do nothing with it. So Cam Akers gets about a yard on 1st and goal. But yeah, 2nd and goal. So the clock is running, the play clock is running, but it looks like they're doing nothing. Okay, Darnold gets into the huddle with 18 seconds left in the play clock. Seems like there's some disorganization here. What? Darnold throws it away. What do you know? What do you know? Yeah, the play clock ran down pretty late before Darnold got the play. And we're going to have third and goal. You saw Jefferson matched up in the backfield, runs a flat route, gets covered by a linebacker. So the Lions let a linebacker cover Justin Jefferson in man coverage. That's something else. Third and goal, 7 seconds to go. Darnold in shotgun, 5 defenders at the line of scrimmage, and just misses Hawkinson on third and goal. Every single Vikings drive has ended on him missing Hawkinson. The first 2 times he was open, this time he was pretty covered. But the Vikings are going for it on fourth down. This is a huge play. Looks like there's another issue getting the play in. Vikings have attempted the fewest fourth downs in the NFL, only 10 attempts in 17 games. So they do not have a lot of practice. Darnold is still trying to get people set with 6 seconds left on the play clock. I don't know why they've had this much trouble getting the plays in, but Darnold doesn't like any of his options, throws a jump ball to Jefferson, and it looks like they cannot execute a play in the red zone to save their lives. Lots of disorganization, lots of getting the play in late. And they, like I said, a big Justin Jefferson play to get down to the 6, and then they get about 1 yard. What a mess. Time to Shine says it's loud as hell. This is true, but also, like, think about this team having to play all road games if they end up as the 5 seed. How you have to go to Detroit and Philadelphia? No, this basically is the backbreaker for Minnesota's season. And you have to play the Monday night wildcard game? Yeah, Minnesota's season is done if they lose. Not season is done like as if to say they're going to get bounced in the wild card round, but like you can safely say that it's just going to come down to Philadelphia and Detroit probably. Like I said, the thing about Green Bay, right? Like Green Bay does not belong at the table with Detroit and Philly. But Green Bay has like this boom potential of like if Jordan Love shows up and just starts diming, they could probably beat anybody. But like you just know it's not going to happen 4 times in a row. So you know they're not going to win a Super Bowl. But like in a one-off, absolutely they could beat Detroit or Philadelphia. You know what though? Actually, we can rip through these game recaps because a lot of these games didn't mean shit. So like this will happen quickly. Baltimore, Cleveland, ass whooping to end the year. It's a shame that Zay Flowers is out. But the Michael Pierce interception was a lot of fun. What I will say, though, is did anybody say whether a heavier player has ever gotten an interception? I do think he must be the heaviest player with a pick. I do like when he explained the play that he had an awareness of memes. He said he's seen a lot of memes of big guys fumbling interceptions and whatnot. And he's like, I didn't want to be a meme, so I took a knee. I really respect the commitment to internet culture and being aware that memes are definitely a thing. That was pretty funny. Did enjoy that one, but that was the only takeaway from this game. There was nothing in this game. Bengals, Steelers. Okay, my points about this. Steelers, 2-minute drill, not good enough. Steelers as a whole, not good enough. Bengals do not run the ball at all. That has to be changed. Whether it's the issues with the running backs, the O-line, whatever their issue is with running the ball, it has to change. They are not going to be like they are going to take years off of Burrow's career, making him throw the ball 50 times a game behind this offensive line. It is simply not sustainable. So, mission in the offseason, figure that goddamn offensive line out. But yeah, in terms of Pittsburgh, wait, Zay is hurt. So Zay has a knee sprain and he's week to week. Basically the Pro Football Doc says I have no issues about him playing in 2 weeks, but he might not be healthy this week. But if Baltimore are 8-point favorites, I saw the early spread is 8.5. Vegas probably thinks Zay is playing. If they're 8.5-point favorites. But yeah. Joining the stream is Peter. What's going on, Peter?
What up?
I do remember you putting in the chat, fuck football. You want to talk about the lawsuit. So the floor is yours.
Look, man. So basically, this woman,
Farija?
Faraji. She's Persian.
Okay, Faraji.
She was a part-time hairstylist at Fox between 2012 and 2016. And I think she went full-time when she was doing the hair for the people on the set of Undisputed.
Yeah.
So basically, right? She's a hairstylist. People confide in her. They are the women equivalent of like how men have barbers.
Yep.
I don't know how that's not intentional grounding.
Yeah. For real.
But okay. I guess there was a running back in there somewhere. But I would like to see a rule change where people just call that grounding because we know what the fuck that is. But basically, guys, it was a lot of fucked up shit happening around her. It was a class action lawsuit.
Oh, that's
There's like workplace harassment. They didn't itemize. They didn't like itemize expenses for her.
yeah.
They were like people, other hairstylists, other barbers were receiving kit fees for bringing their own stuff.
Yeah.
Fox to like cut people, and she wasn't getting those. But no, it was a lot of other shit. Basically, the dude who you guys have all seen the meme face for, the white blonde dude, whatever. Let me look up his name. Let me try and find his name.
Wait,
in
meme white blonde dude.
The meme face. They're like, oh, Joy Taylor was fucking this.
Damn, I don't think I've seen that meme.
Yes, Charlie Dixon. That's his name.
What?
I'm have to familiarize myself. Okay, I'm gonna send it. This dude was like director, like vice president at Fox. So he was in charge of like the on-air talent with like shows that they had, pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so Joy Taylor was getting real acquainted with him, allegedly. Obviously, this is all a lawsuit. Yeah. See, the pass hits the lineman, though. He's not aiming at his running back.
That's the thing. The running back is literally in the area, but also, like, in no way, shape, or form could he be a target because he's literally, like, looking at the ground, halfway falling over. The pass hits the lineman. None of it makes any sense.
Nah, whatever. So, basically, Joy Taylor, because she was doing radio with Dan Le Batard prior to moving to Fox. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
But she was like producing or something for Le Batard's radio show down in Miami.
Yeah.
So she moved to LA. She got real acquainted with this dude when they were dreaming up Undisputed in summer of 2016. Yeah. They wanted a mediator, and they wanted they wanted a woman mediator, kind of doing what ESPN was doing with First Take or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So Joy Taylor's name got thrown in her hat got thrown in the ring because of this dude, Mr. Dixon.
Yeah.
Because she was fucking that dude. So that's how she got there, right? So
mind you, it's a pick. Holy shit.
Ooh, I'm behind.
Yo, this one's bad too. This is so bad. I mean, it's a tipped pass, but like, this is karma for the safety, by the way. This is 100% football gods coming through.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Also, yo, real quick before we get back into the lawsuit, I was asking the chat this, and sometimes you have a pretty good encyclopedia about games. Has there ever been a regular season game that had this big of a swing where like you win and you get all home games and a bye, you lose, you get all road games?
Like a game for the 1 seed?
Or just a one single game where the difference between winning and losing, like the difference between, like, let's say you make the playoffs or you don't. The up seed is like a 7 seed. The downside is you're not in the playoffs, right? But the swing here is
Niners, right? They had one of these.
See how was it? Okay, I don't remember that game at all. I might have just completely lost track of that one. Oh shit! Darnold tried to throw the ball back to the other team.
I swear they had one of these. I don't know if it was the last week, but I could swear they had one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't 2013.
Yeah, I feel like General, you just wanted to bring this up just to say fuck Staley. Cause
I feel like the Seahawks and Niners had one of these. I don't know if it was for the 1 seed, but
one
they
seed,
played week 16 in 2012. Wasn't the Niners the 1 seed that season?
Darnold to the back of the end zone again tries to make Jefferson have to make like a spectacular catch. This is real nasty business for Minnesota right now.
Was it 2014 when this happened? Okay, or was it 2011? No, because they didn't have the 1 seed.
All out blitz. They heat up Darnold, who once again has Justin Jefferson, but misses him by like maybe a foot or two. 4th and goal again. Can Minnesota get inside the a goal to go situation and go 4 and out twice? Yo, Darnold is absolutely ruining Justin Jefferson's day right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude could have 100 yards and a touchdown already. Oh, they take the points. A 25-yard field goal for the Vikings. So Lions defense holds it down. And that Goff pick doesn't turn into a disaster. So good for the Lions, I guess. I know he wants to crash out on him. 100%.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, I just remember thinking about this game, and I'm like, truthfully, I really like with the Lions injuries and because of Sam Darnold, like I really don't think either of these teams runs off 3 road playoff wins. So like, I almost look at it like loser of this game. I'm just chalking it up like it's gonna be between the 2 seed and the 1 seed.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna look up the standings every year from like 2008.
Yeah, and we'll see if it's ever happened like this.
I could get on this, but basically, this woman was doing Joy Taylor's hair when they were on Undisputed.
Yeah.
When Joy Taylor moved to Speak for Yourself or whatever the hell they called that.
Yeah.
When she moved to that with Acho in like 2020, she got moved over there. Mind you, this entire time she had been doing the hair and all that stuff. Or no, in 2018, when Joy Taylor went to Colin Cowherd's show.
Yeah.
Because it was like Michelle Beadle or whatever that woman was from Boston, the blonde lady.
Yeah. The blonde lady.
She was the girl sitting in the chair, and then it became Joy Taylor.
Big Nuggets fan.
Yes, Michelle Beadle. And then it was Joy Taylor. So the Persian woman was doing the hair on Skip show, then she was doing it on a Colin Cowherd show. And then when Joy went to speak, she was doing the hair on that show as well. So she was basically just following her to whatever show Joy wanted her to do, pretty much.
Yeah.
So Joy didn't confirm that there was an intimate relationship between her and Acho before the show started, but that's the way she kind of felt.
Yeah.
She confirmed that she was fucking the dude who I just sent you.
Yeah.
Confirmed was fucking that dude, and basically that's how she got her initial shot. It was just all sorts of nasty stuff going down. As for Skip Bayless, on top of Skip Bayless being racist, he threw down $1.5 million
Yep.
because he really wanted to fuck this woman for whatever reason. Turns out the guy who Joy was fucking initially, who like ran everything as like executive producer, or like vice president or whatever role dude had, Mr.
Yeah.
Dixon. He told Skip that she was fucking Shannon. So Skip got really jealous and was just like beefing with her for months because Skip believed that she was fucking Shannon Sharp, and most importantly, wasn't fucking Skip. Skip got jealous.
God damn.
Yes.
Damn.
So for 4 months,
Not
Skip is like basically begging for a crumb of pussy.
So what I noticed today is that Skip's on his YouTube channel putting his regular Sunday football shit out there like nothing's happening. And I never get any Skip content recommended, but it found my like algorithm now. And I'm just like, I guess there's a sudden influx to the Skip YouTube channel, probably because people are commenting, you fucking weirdo, all on his videos. So I just find that interesting. Like, no way today of all days I get a Skip recommended video.
Yeah, no. In 2008, the Titans had already wrapped up the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And were playing the Colts. But the Colts, that wasn't for the 1 seed. Now I'm going to go to 2009. I can't think of anything like this in recent memory, though. I can think of many winner-take-all games. Like the Texans and the Colts had one last year, right?
Yep.
For the division.
Like I've seen basically like 4 seed or nothing, right?
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big swing. Or like 7 seed or nothing.
I mean, I think I prefer that, to be honest.
Oh, it's definitely like it's different from the like it's literally a playoff game at that point.
Yeah, no, I don't. Not that I don't care about this. Maybe just because that's not the conference that I'm in. My team is in.
I think it's also the teams. Truthfully, like I don't think Minnesota really like excites anybody. And Detroit is cool, but like Detroit's a sick team in terms of they do a bunch of like trick plays and whatnot. But people don't wake up and say, "I'd love to watch Jared Goff play football today."
That's true.
But yeah, no, just like I guess just I was realizing that like I think if you have the 1 seed, I would give these teams a chance. But if they have the 5 seed, I'm pretty skeptical. Just like, damn, that's a fucking big swing in one game. Because like if you're either out of the playoffs to the 4 seed, if you're a trash 4 seed with 7 wins, I'm still just thinking your ceiling is like 1 win.
Well, yeah.
Right. So it's like the gap in outcomes is like, all right, maybe you'll win 1 playoff game as opposed to 0. Also, loser of this game plays the Monday Night Football wildcard game, which we've talked about extensively on this channel. And then there's a scenario where you play the Rams on Monday and then have to play the winner of this game as the 1 seed 6 days later. Like, yeah, I feel horrible for whoever wins this game. Or sorry, loses this game.
I'm surprised that this game, that the Rams loser of this game is the Monday night game.
Yeah.
I figured the Monday night game was going to be Philly and the Packers.
Me too. I was shook. I was so terrified.
I was like, oh, that seems obvious because Philly and Green Bay, 2 huge brands. I thought Rams and loser of this game might have been Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
But they did put the Rams on Monday night in the playoffs back in like 2021, right?
I think so, yeah.
Against the Cardinals?
Yeah, yep. No, that was it. Yeah, that's the... Everybody forgets about that game. Because nobody watched it.
2 points, right?
Yeah, it was like 40-8 or something.
It was something stupid. I just remember that happening while I was at work.
Yeah, nobody watched that game.
Yeah, dude, I was on fucking night shift. Well, not night shift. I was on second shift.
Yeah.
I was working 2 to 10:30, so we just watched sports at work once all the execs left at 5.
That's pretty sick.
Honestly, second shift was dope because I got $1 raise for working second shift.
Yeah.
And I could just watch sports at my desk.
Yeah, it's like whenever I'm in a spot where I can watch like Champions League at work, I'm usually pretty happy about it.
Bro, Rams playoff game, fucking 5 o'clock. Get fucked, LA. On a Monday? Come on.
Oh, is traffic about to be insane?
Yes. Come on. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's rough.
Also, the Texans being the first game is mad funny because I feel like I've seen them be the first game like a million times.
Yeah, no, they get because like the joke for basketball is like, oh, this can be on NBA TV, but like
Yep.
that when I was looking at the games, Chargers, Texans, that's definitely my like you could put this game on Tubi game.
Yep.
But yeah, no, when it comes to actually no. Buffalo, Denver. That's the one for me where I'm like, I would under
Now you know why they wouldn't do that?
Why? Josh Allen?
There's a Josh Allen MVP narrative to run, so they would never do that.
Yeah. True. But that's the game I know for sure I'm not watching. Like I was talking about the watch along ability of all these games, and that for me is definitely low as hell.
And the second game on Sunday is
Packers, Eagles.
Oh, that's right. You guys aren't even Sunday night. You guys are Sunday afternoon.
I'm thrilled.
And then Bucks Commanders, baby. Let's go.
Because I think I don't know. But I mean, if the Bucks were playing on Monday, does that swing things for you in that game? Because we know the Bucks Monday night wild card weekend, that there's heritage there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Bucks Sunday, I don't like it. But I also don't like the Commanders as a team.
Same.
So I'm gonna say Tampa wins.
I'm picking Tampa as of now. I think their defense is low-key really just not it at all. Like we think Todd Bowles and we think great defenses, and that's historically been right. What the hell happened to Jared Goff on that play? Was that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage? You're about to see this play. Let me know if you see the ball tipped. That's wild, though.
Why did they not run it? Oh, yeah, that looked terrible. It would have had to be tipped.
Has to be. Yeah, it was tipped.
They're the Commanders. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, DC is a major market, so it makes sense why they want to put that on Sunday night. I was thinking if it was Ravens Chargers and like Texans Steelers, they would have just had the Ravens play in the afternoon and the Commanders play at night on the Saturday.
Yeah. But yeah, for that game, the thing about the Commanders is like, I mean, I really think beating Kenny Pickett and the Eagles, like it's changed how we've looked at the second half of their season. They've been pretty trash outside of that one game where I don't know how to describe what happened in that game. They turned the ball over 5 times. I don't know how they won, but we can blame Kenny Pickett for that, I guess. Yeah, I think they've been pretty shit. Even against the Falcons. I don't know how the Falcons didn't win that game. Raheem Morris.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Raheem Morris needs to answer for his crimes.
The Falcons went from 7-7, like 4 years in a row or whatever, to fucking 8-9. That's so funny.
No, they're just a funny operation as a whole, man. They said, you know what? No snaps for Penix until our season is on the line. Go out there, rookie quarterback. Like, sink or swim, motherfucker.
Completely ridiculous.
Yeah. It's not even like, oh, we have to play him because just our starter is just some random guy. No, it's the starter has 180 guaranteed or something, 100 guaranteed, I think. And apparently he's going to use his no trade clause to get released. So,
how is releasing him going to work with their cap?
I have no clue.
Whoever signed that should get fired.
Yes, Atlanta needs to clean house. I don't know if they know it as a 8 and 9 team. I don't know if they know they have to clean house, but they do. Atlanta Bears asked time management that game. Was this a matchup? But yeah, no, the Bears time management is bad. Russ's time management on Saturday night was horrible.
Which I think I'm okay because they didn't deserve to win.
What's that?
The Steelers didn't deserve to win yesterday.
For sure. They played shit for too long in that game.
They had less than 200 yards of offense.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be winning games like that.
for real. But yeah, no, King. I don't know if you put the wrong team, but I remember Falcons Commanders. That one was horrible when the Commanders. Sorry, the
No,
Falcons.
he's calling the Falcons the Bears.
Oh, true. I hear it. Bro. That matchup against the Commanders last week, where they kept all their timeouts, like they were trying to carry them over into the next game, was ridiculous. So I actually did the math. The guy caught the ball and got tackled at 32 seconds. They had 2 timeouts and they ran the next play at 15 seconds. Meaning they killed like what? Over like 53% of the game at that point, right? Like you killed 17 seconds when there was 32 left. You killed more than half of the game just to have 2 timeouts at 15 seconds.
I don't understand why at 30 seconds
Yeah.
people don't call their last time out and
Yep.
prep the special teams unit to run onto the field.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
no coaches say they don't like to do that, but there's no reason you can't prep that eventuality
Yeah.
with an entire timeout.
Yep. And I've heard that there's a number, like it's like 16 or 17 seconds where they feel like in a situation where the offense catches the pass, it'll take 16 seconds to get everybody in the spot they need to be and snap the ball. So you can say with certainty, oh, there's 19 seconds on the clock, we can do it. Versus there's 15 seconds on the clock and we can't do it. So there shouldn't even be like ambiguity about whether it's going to happen or not. You can prep the special teams unit of like, you guys got to be ready, you guys got to execute, and then like it's not treated as a viable option, even though like I think you lose out by acting like it's impossible.
It's just not hard to have everybody ready and like tuned in. Hey guys, there's 30 seconds left. We have no timeouts. If we get tackled in the field of play,
Yeah,
and it's not like a first down on a third down, we have to kick it. So be ready.
yeah,
If there is a first down, there's going to be a spike, and then you guys need to go.
yep.
It's just not hard to do. Oh, it's nice that Detroit's baseball stadium's right next to Ford Field. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty sick. They got a big ass tiger outside of it, and I think they have a big ass lion outside of the Detroit one. You know, just a lot of cats, just a whole lot of cat shit going on.
Lions, and Pistons. They're all animals.
Why did I not associate Pistons with an animal? What else? Like, oh, hold on. Wait, what is a piston?
A horse.
Oh, why was I not? I guess I was thinking automotive Detroit. Interesting.
Oh yeah, Commanders Bucks was a week 1 game.
It's gonna be Washington's game. Oh, well, hold on. I didn't. What happened in that matchup?
The Bucks swept them, I'm pretty sure. But Chris Godwin could walk at that point in time, so I don't know if that counts.
That is true. Did you catch how Mike Evans got his 1,000 yards?
No, I didn't watch the game, but I'm happy for him.
Nah, they basically were in like a kneel down situation and he needed like 5 yards. So they said, fuck it, we're throwing. So like I'm sure because the Saints had the ball to end the game, like he wasn't even sure whether he was gonna get a chance to do it. So like he celebrated that shit like a Super Bowl. Because I'm pretty sure he was on the sidelines like, fuck, it's done. The streak is done. And then they got the ball back with like 40 seconds and they're like,
it was
up 8.
to lose the streak basically to a hamstring injury.
100%.
Because he missed like 4 games, basically.
Yep. Yeah, week 1, they beat the Commanders 37-20. So we got a couple week 1 matchups because the Eagles played the Packers in Brazil. That was technically counted as a home game for Philadelphia. Obviously, a lot of Eagles fans were pissed that you don't get to get home field in at that time it looked like 2 of the better teams in the NFC. So we'll finally get to see what that looks like, not in a random football stadium in the middle of Brazil.
Is Jordan Love like okay to play sports?
They said that basically it was a precaution why he didn't come back and that he'll be fine.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Also, I feel like the Packers like screwed themselves.
Kind of, yeah. They have no business. To be honest, they have no business being behind Washington in the standings.
Yes. That's like kind of how I feel about it too.
So going into the game against Chicago, I think the Packers were 0-5 against the Lions, Vikings, and Eagles, and then undefeated against the rest of the league. But yeah, that kind of thing that they had going on got broken by the Bears. But yeah, they have absolutely no business being behind Washington.
Oh well, Packers 7 seed again.
He lost feeling in his arm/hand. Yeah, they said it's like he basically just like his funny bone got hit very aggressively and he lost feeling. They pulled him out of the game and he's been chilling.
Wait, the Packers only won one division game this year.
Yes. And it's because the homie, what did he miss a field goal or did it get blocked?
It got blocked.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yo, they could have got swept by the Bears. That would have been like a fireable offense. You cannot. The Vikings have been inside the 15 3 times, and they are probably going to get 6 points out of it. That is how you lose football games, people.
Who gets the ball first?
The Vikings.
Oh, okay. Well, Sam Darnold playing like trash, but Jared Goff says, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, I think wherever I actually don't know where Sam Darnold is going to end up, but also I think
right on this team.
Interestingly, I don't know.
Right on this team.
Because I think what happened with the draft order is that like, if a team like Tennessee is going to take a quarterback at 1, right? That's possible because they're picking at 1. I think if Tennessee is at 4, they probably don't pick the quarterback that's available at 4. So that's one option off the board.
Is this Will Levis's second year or third year?
This would be his third year next year.
Oh. Yeah, I would probably draft a QB if they even had a question.
So then the question becomes like, are they comfortable with the quarterbacks? I know some people aren't, but I just think that quarterbacks get drafted. Like Kenny Pickett had no business going in the first round, but quarterbacks get drafted. So I do think Shador and Cam Ward are going to go 1 and 2. Whether that's a smart decision or not, we'll see. Now, I tend to think that bad franchises will probably make the wrong decision. So if you think that that's too high for those players, guess what? The Titans and Browns are the franchises to make the bad decisions. So
I think the Browns like have to draft a quarterback, right?
Oh, I put the contract on the screen last stream. Deshaun Watson is going to count 70 mil against the cap for the next 2 years, fully guaranteed. So they so he counts against the cap like that. And then you've had to play the backup for the last 2 years. So you have to have a playable backup. You don't have the money to get one in free agency.
If I'm Cleveland, do I trade the number 2 pick?
That's actually a very good idea. I think the issue with that is this a desirable enough draft for somebody to be like, oh shit, I have to move mountains for Cam Ward? And then if that's not the case,
maybe.
What's that? The Giants?
The Giants only to move up 2 slots?
That makes sense. I think that maybe is the only team.
Well, just because like I'm not saying get like a haul for him or anything.
Just anything.
But like if the Giants move up 2 slots and give him like a third or something and like a fourth, or like a third and like a fifth, like I think you do it.
Shout out to the Bears draft trading up 1 spot to pick Trubisky ahead of Pat Mahomes.
Because I can't believe the Lions are going to get a field goal out of this. This is disgusting from the Vikings.
This kicker almost kicked another kickoff out of bounds. I don't know what's happening with him, but kick that shit down the middle. This whole like aiming for the corner shit is dead.
But yeah, if I'm the Browns, I think I'm trading down, dude. Because I think For the record, I think the smart thing is to draft a rookie quarterback and say fuck Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
But I think the ownership in Cleveland want to try and justify that contract. So now they're battling the sunken cost fallacy.
yeah,
And I think whoever takes that job,
yeah,
which is kind of why I don't think Stefanski will get fired as long as Deshaun Watson is the quarterback,
yeah,
because it'll just be his fault.
yeah,
I think whoever takes that job, if another guy takes that job, is safe until Deshaun Watson can be removed from the team,
yeah.
which can't
Oh,
happen for another 2 years, right?
yeah, it can't happen for like I think so. I actually think that for the last year of the contract, by that point, as the cap goes up, like you can probably just bite the bullet for 70 mil at that point. Because I think the Broncos decided to cut Wilson for 50 mil. I know the Eagles had 30 mil against the cap for Carson Wentz back then. So like there seems to be a sweet like a comfort zone of around that much, which the cap might actually bring 70 mil into that comfort zone. So I do think there's a chance that they cut him after this year. But something to keep in mind, and I want to probably talk about this at some point for Tennessee and Cleveland. I think from a bang for your buck standpoint, drafting quarterbacks in the first round, it's just not great for either of those teams. I think drafting quarterbacks, oddly enough, at either the second round because you're at the top of the second round, or moving up to get to the end of the first round if you want the fifth year option. Like I think from a bang for your buck standpoint, that's actually the best way to go about things. Obviously, value for your draft picks gets completely trumped when you talk about quarterbacks because quarterbacks are just so important in football. But my thing about those spots there is I do think it has to be wondered, like, at what point, if you're Cleveland, especially bringing up what you just brought up about, you're not one quarterback away, anyways. The quarterbacks in this draft class aren't great, anyways. You can trade back, get more value, draft if quarterbacks are going 1 and 2, draft an amazing player at 4, and then circle back and get a quarterback in the second round. That still might be good, right? You could probably get your pick of whoever the second tier quarterback is that you like. And then look, if things don't work out, you're pretty well positioned to have a top pick in the year after where the quarterback is class is supposed to be stronger. So I think for a team like Tennessee and like I think Tennessee's in a different spot where they've spent so much money on free agents, they kind of have to try to be as good as quick as possible. But if you're Cleveland, like even though the conventional wisdom would say you stick at 2, you draft Cam Ward or Shador, I kind of think it makes sense to kind of, I'm not necessarily married to any one way of doing things, but the trade back, take the quarterback in the second round, that kind of an approach, I think it would make sense for them.
If I'm Cleveland, I would just draft Cam Ward, somebody like that. But I don't know, man. Like I just don't know what their ownership's gonna fucking do. The Giants not being up there really kind of fucked this up.
100%, man. Beating the Colts just to blow that franchise up and fuck themselves over is amazing.
Actually, let me check the draft order. It's like Titans, Browns,
Patriots?
Patriots third, right?
Yeah. Yeah, going into this week, the Patriots were first, and I was like, what a shit year to be able to
either the
trade.
Browns or the Titans don't draft a quarterback, I think they trade down.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots don't need a quarterback.
Or one particular player, right?
Yeah.
So get your value. And then even if let's say you really like love the idea of having Travis Hunter, they already have an amazing young like cornerback. Like starting your rebuild with 2 great young cornerback prospects, kind of a weird way to start your rebuild. So Patriots should definitely trade back.
I would kind of do it though.
My only thing with that is like I think you kind of have to like putting 2 corners out there like that with no D line is tough.
Well, obviously, like invest in the D line or like find some draft picks.
Yeah.
But like I think that's fine.
No, it's sick. Like that's the thing I was thinking about it. I'm like Travis Hunter and Christian Gonzalez. Like
getting like 2 potentially shut down corners. Maybe like you find a D lineman top of round 2, because I mean they're gonna be what, pick 36
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You find a D lineman, now you're getting into round 3, maybe a linebacker if you need one.
Yeah. Just if they have a good offseason, right? Yeah, I could see having 2 shutdown corners like that basically being like a game changer for them as a unit.
But they're gonna need to draft like 3 or 4 starters on defense, or guys that can contribute immediately.
Yeah.
If I think they want to be good like year 1. Because I think Drake May could be good. I like Stevenson as a running back. I
Yeah.
think the O line's been pretty shit too.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to draft a lineman round 2, like a fucking left tackle or some shit, or right tackle, like I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah.
But Vrabel's gonna get that job, right?
That's kind of what it seems like. So I'm gonna do a Black Monday stream tomorrow, and we can just talk about everything coaches. But I do think Vrabel uh, is a few different teams as head candidate. So I don't know how much going back to New England is like a selling point for him personally. Like I think we take for granted that that's a positive. I think that differs for every single person, like how important it is or how much of a positive it is to go back to somewhere you used to work. But if that's a big factor, then I think he probably does end up there. And then like when it comes to the Patriots job as a whole, there's no excuse for that to not be a very desired job. You have Drake May, you have a shit ton of money, you have a good amount of draft capital. Um, there's no excuse. Like I think if they have to go toe to toe with Chicago, I think you probably have to inherit a lot more BS with Chicago. If they have to go toe to toe with Jacksonville, Jacksonville forces a coach to basically have a Trevor Lawrence reclamation project as like number one on their to-do list.
Yes.
New England should be able to have the most attractive head coaching vacancy, I think. But I haven't quite gone through every single opening.
Do you think the Raiders is going to be available?
Yes.
I don't think that's attractive though.
Yeah, like the thing. So you could say the Raiders they're probably going to be a clean slate. Like they don't have a ton of
Yeah,
big
but fuck
contracts.
that, dude. Look at the teams in their division.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I don't know how attractive a clean slate is to a head coaching candidate, but like you said, the division, you got Harbaugh, Sean Payton, and Andy Reid. Good luck.
Yeah, and you definitively like they have. Say what you want about Bo Nix, but like he's definitely the third best quarterback in the division, and he's closer to the other two than whatever the fuck you're getting for next season.
Yep.
So it's like, hey, we're not even third in terms of quarterback.
Yep.
I would stay far away from that Raiders job. If I wanted to contend almost immediately, I wonder how the Colts would never do it, but I wonder how. Also, I don't know if I'd work for Jim Irsay,
Facts.
but like one of those South Division like jobs would be amazing. Would Arthur
um,
Blank fire Raheem Morris and try to hire Mike Vrabel?
if Ursay was willing to, like, here's the thing: if I was a coach and Ursay was like, "Okay, I'll let you have a lot of say when it comes to hiring an exec," I think that would be a decent spot. But I don't think Ursay would ever do that.
No, yeah, 100%.
And the rumor about Ben Johnson is that he's down to go to Jacksonville if he can basically bring an exec with him. So I think that would be intriguing. But I was talking about it earlier. I think like Ben Johnson, the way he's going about taking his first head coaching job is pretty amazing.
Hey man, it's a lot of demands and a lot of hype.
No, it's just like, but like, forget the hype. I don't even know if he's gonna be good, and I honestly kind of don't care. But I just think that like the recognition of the fact that like the way Detroit is currently constructed, probably gonna be a fairly respected candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever I leave, wherever I go to, you know, if they're gonna have a bunch of trash around me, like I very well could fail. You know, just understanding that you have to be careful about the job that you pick. and that
Yeah,
your
100%.
value should be pretty good as long as you're in Detroit. Like I just don't think I've seen somebody be like that methodical about picking their first job.
What pick do the Jets have?
Like 6 or something, I think.
They're down. They're that high.
Let's see.
They have
2025
5 wins.
NFL draft order. Jets are 7.
Ooh, yeah, they're in a shitty spot, dude. Maybe you think the Jets reach and trade up for one of them?
So the thing about the Jets is that they've actually already fucked over the draft capital. They still owe picks for Devontae Adams and Hassan Reddick.
Oh, that's true. I wonder who's going to take that job.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a really great question. When I saw that they were interested in Rex Ryan, I'm like, yeah, you would have to take somebody off the couch or something like
The
that.
job openings are going to be the Jaguars, the Jets, the Saints, the Bears,
Yeah.
the Raiders, maybe. Potentially the Falcons if Arthur Blank crashes out, right? Like, that's about it, right?
I think so. Yo, who would want to work for Woody Johnson and a 17-year-old? Yo, Peter, did you hear about the Woody Johnson's son shit?
I did. I
Oh,
did hear that.
that's amazing, man. That's so funny. It's so perfect. I actually think if the 17-year-old has as much sway internally as they say he does, they should make the Jets a permanent fixture for Hard Knocks.
Yo, Geno Smith is the black version of Kirk Cousins.
Begged, he's gonna get paid for a long time.
100%. Kyrie Kill said, I'm opening the door. I'm out, bruh. That's so funny. The Colts said the GM and the coach are going to come back. Fuck that, brother.
That is disgusting.
I don't think they should, to be honest, but whatever. Yeah, dude, that Jets job is fucked, isn't it?
Yep.
Because, like, you have no draft capital to trade up to get a quarterback if you even wanted to. You're too low down to get one of the 2 quarterbacks in this draft. Are they going to fucking get, like, Kirk Cousins or somebody?
I mean, maybe. Because so my thing about the Saints is that I don't actually think the Saints are going to do anything at the quarterback position. So I don't think Carr is going to get freed up. The best available quarterbacks are going to be Darnold and Cousins. You can't get Darnold back because I don't think he'd ever go back to the Jets.
Oh, yeah, why the fuck would he?
Yeah.
I think Darnold's going to be back on the Vikings, brother.
That's actually another stream that I'm looking to do midweek of just like revisiting every quarterback.
I think Darnold's going to be back on the Vikings, and JJ McCarthy is going to get traded. But that's hinging on me saying the Vikings are going to win this game and make the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
I think if both those things happen, they're not pivoting to a rookie coming off fucking knee reconstruction in year 2.
Yeah. No, it's true. Because Schefter even said this week that basically with the quarterback class in the draft not being great, teams have already started reaching out to Minnesota about what's his name? JJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the chances of that happening are pretty decent.
That makes sense.
So
do you think any of the teams like the Jets or the Saints would trade for JJ McCarthy? Or the Raiders?
That seems like a Raiders thing to do. Real quick on what King just said here, though. My thing is, I think this would make sense if Sam Darnold was somebody you could get on a shorter 2-3 year deal. And that happens typically when a player feels like they want to play some more to get some more leverage. Like Baker Mayfield, I'm gonna sign this 3-year deal because I actually think I can ball and get more money. Like, you know, but I think Darnold's already played it. Like, there's a chance he's already played himself into a bit more Like, I think he's played himself into 5-year deal territory. So then if the Vikings make that commitment, that's your guy.
Bro, he's played himself into Trevor Lawrence money.
Yes. So he's played himself into the situation
Regardless
where,
of how you feel about Sam Darnold or Trevor Lawrence, that's the reality.
yes.
He's also like 28. He's not like 35.
Yeah.
So you can put a 5-year deal in front of him, realistically, and know that like 3 years into that, you're not going to be fucked.
Yeah. Also, the style of quarterback he is, like, the typical like conventional wisdom is that their prime is their early 30s. So, I mean, if this is the quarterback you like, in theory, he's supposed to keep getting better.
Yep.
Love Finn Nation, blessing y'all open the doors for the Hill family forever. Nothing but respect and love. But so quickly about the Dolphins though, right? Like, the thing about the Dolphins is if you're not going to make a change at the head coaching spot or the quarterback spot, you can make all the peripheral changes you want. You're just going to get different variations of the outcomes that we've gotten in the last 3 years. Like, the McDaniel and Tua operation is only going to go so far. So I don't know, man. They could trade Tua or whatever and kind of switch up what's around. Sorry, trade Tyreek and switch around the surroundings for like Tua and McDaniel, but that core is just gonna get you at best to like elite pretender. You know, like on the verge of contending, but I don't think they could ever go any
They'll
further.
never be an elite pretender because they'll never win a road playoff game like this.
True.
For you to be an elite pretender, I have to like foresee you going into a building and winning a game in January.
Yeah.
Then if you otherwise, you're just a pretender. I can't call you elite.
Because
like, I think the Broncos this year are better than the Dolphins last year. I don't think the Broncos are that good.
Yeah. Because I guess when I think about what the absolute best case scenario is for a Tua and McDaniel team, like my mind goes to like old Chargers teams that would run off like 14 regular season wins, play a home playoff game, and just like shit the bed. So I guess whatever you would call that, like that's the kind of thing I could see for them. But yeah, like I don't know, they can shuffle the deck around the main parts of the core all they want. Like nothing's really gonna change.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like once they started like 2-6, we all kind of knew their season was over.
Yo, my bad, bro. My bad. Man was just casually listening to the Watchalong, and then Chargers strays happened out of nowhere.
Hey man, you're a Chargers fan? That's so interesting.
Yeah, Chargers fan from Australia.
I live an hour north of LA, and I would never be a Chargers fan.
2nd and 8, Darnold takes a deep shot to absolutely nobody. There's nobody within 15 yards of the ball when it hits the ground. My guy said, "Good for you."
This guy's not having it, man. Do we think the Texans win another home playoff game somehow?
I really don't. I really don't. And like, I think when we were talking about the Texans, like maybe 6 weeks ago, you were just like, nobody really saw them beating Cleveland. And I hear it. I just don't. So my take on Houston is this. I think they're a 6-win team that just got a little bit lucky this year. Like, they're really lucky that they got peak nonsense AR and like narrowly won 2-point games against the Colts twice. I think they have a bunch of like really crazy, like just they got really lucky with how certain games went. I don't think that's a good football team this year.
They're also really lucky they play in the most trash division in the AFC.
They don't. I don't know. To me, they don't look anything like they did last year. So I'm very confident that they're not a good team anymore. But also, like, I don't know, home game, you never know. And like, sorry, General, but yo, the Chargers playoff black magic is ridiculous.
True, but this new version of the Chargers, I think, does like fundamental things really well, even though they have a fairly low ceiling as a team.
Harbaugh business.
Yes.
It's true.
If the
No, that's
Chargers
definitely true.
don't beat themselves,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll just like lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, put the Texans in the AFC North for like the Bengals, and they're 6-11 for sure.
I also I don't think you were here for this, but Thursday Night Football, Texans Jets, we discovered that CJ's name, the C stands for Coleridge, and I actually don't think he's been the same ever since we discovered that on this channel.
Yo, he's had a sneaky trash season.
Garbage, bro. Bryce Young has outplayed him this year.
You know what? Bryce Young's outplayed a lot of niggas this year.
Bryce Young has been solid.
At least like post benching, all right? I don't care about like
Yes.
week 4, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of wild to put it this way, but like post Dalton car accident, bro, he's been really good.
Yeah, he's been like a top 10 quarterback, borderline.
Yo, Cam Akers and acres of space. Is he gonna house this? No. Oh, is he gonna house this? No, he gets tackled at the 5. But okay. I mean, Detroit starts the second half defensively, giving up like a 50-yard run to Cam Akers. So that's certainly an option.
Let's see if they can score and goal to go this time.
Wait, so hold on, Genwo. Khalil Mack is a free agent, and you want Joey Bosa gone as well. That's a lot of transition. That is a lot of.
Joey Bosa's like misses like a few games a season, man. You can't have that.
That's true.
Especially because like it's not like they're like an elite defensive front. They have like a couple of high level players that are supposed to do all the damage.
Yeah. He said we'll re-sign Mack. Fair enough. I heard Khalil Mack had a sneaky, like, really good year. Like, just because he's 34, the assumption is he's washed. But I heard he was really good. Bosa's played like 6 games. Damn. Okay, fair enough. I guess I wasn't familiar with just how much time he misses.
No, it's definitely a problem.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so the Vikings are in the red zone for the 4th time. First 3 trips, they left with 6 points. He throws to Aaron Jones in the flat, who gets to the 2-yard line. 2 more plays to get points. But yeah, when Cam Akers was running on that play, I didn't realize it while it was happening. But yeah, the way this team is functioned in the red zone, he needed to score that shit. We'll see what they can do from 2 yards out now. But yeah, I actually think this came up like at the beginning of the year, but we were talking about how teams that can just run it between the tackles, and run it specifically in the red zone, just generally having more confidence in them late season. And what I'm seeing in this game is that Minnesota cannot run it in the red zone between the tackles in high leverage moments. Like they actively seek to throw the ball every chance they get. So that's not a great sign. Aaron Jones also isn't garbage. So I don't know if that's a scheme thing, that's an offensive line thing, but like, yeah, they just have no desire to run the ball. All these, every time they've been in goal-to-goal situations, they are going for it on 4th down again.
I respect that.
They are staring down 6 points from 4 red zone trips. They're staring it down right down the barrel.
I respect that though.
100%. We didn't get a 50-yard run from Cam Akers to kick a goddamn field goal. Let's go. Justin Jefferson on the left on his own. 3 receivers to the right. Sam Darnold looks right, doesn't even look at Jefferson, goes back to the middle. This play is broken down. Sam Darnold improvising, and it goes just about how you would expect it. No points for the Vikings. We have a young talent there in Tui Pelotu. Yeah, so
number 3 is he missed him on the slant early.
Yeah. So yo, General, I know this. So this is the edge rusher from USC, right? But yeah, I just remember like I thought this guy might be good because his brother got drafted to the Eagles and his brother was trash, and I'm just like, yo, 2 Samoan defensive linemen. Yo, there's no way they're both ass.
Yep.
No way. So my assumption was that this guy would be good. Yeah, I mean, Vikings, this is how you lose football games. Now they're going to have to take this team on the road. I'm thinking about this Sam Darnold throwing passes in Philadelphia in the cold with drunk Philadelphians. This is not going to go well.
When do you think that will happen?
Just like their path to making a Super Bowl involves like
Oh yeah,
having
no,
to
I
go.
don't think the 5th seed would ever get that far, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd have to. It would have to be the NFC Championship game, but yeah. So the next Aussie tackle. Nah, it's not even that, bro. I'm just saying, like, oh, what's good, Jared Brown? Haven't seen you in a minute, but Texans wildcard weekend. That's tough. But nah, bro, it's not even that. It's just like if you know the way people from like the West Coast football scene talk about Samoans and in the trenches, it's based off of that. Funny you say this though. There is a second Australian offensive tackle on the Eagles who played rugby and didn't play any football. He's on the practice squad, so he might be trash, and the theory might work. But Gail said Darnold isn't the answer. That is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But that's not, it's not so simple in football. Teams need quarterbacks. There's not that many of them out there. Sam Darnold's do get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Tank Dell had the wildest year ever, bro. An Achilles injury, a gunshot, and then a torn ACL with a broken kneecap.
Yeah, dude, he's probably gonna miss like next year, I would guess.
I'm assuming, yeah. So Stephon Diggs is a free agent. Nico Collins got paid. Tank Dell, we'll see. Yeah, Texans are going to go into next year. We'll have to see how they figure their offense out.
Look, man, they've got Nico Collins. They'll figure it out.
Ooh,
Also,
Darnold.
South. You don't have to be incredible.
Yo, Goff just threw a pick. It's like a... See, but I only... Man, that's basically an arm punt, but like from your own end zone, the field position's great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, basically Harrison Smith was playing center field there. Absolutely nobody around him. He just had to track the ball and get that catch. The Patriots are getting Travis Hunter. It looks like it, but we'll see. We'll see for sure what Cleveland does.
I don't think that's fucking happening, dude.
What Tennessee does.
We have a lot of I don't think it's that simple.
Really just simple for Vikings though. Don't pay Darnold to save money. Get more reinforcements. You now have JJ on low salary. It's not a headache.
It is though, because do you think JJ McCarthy is going to play it equivalent to Sam Darnold this season, next season?
And then the other angle you have to look at it through is that basically if you think about things that get you fired versus contract extensions, like if you hand a 14 to 15 win team to a young quarterback off a knee injury and the young quarterback sucks, like that's the kind of shit that loses you your job, right? But if you take a quarterback who won 15 games and then hand him a contract and it doesn't work, like I think that is more looked at as like, that's the quarterback's fault. But yeah, I don't think that necessarily gets you fired. Also, the chances of that like not working out, like the whole issue with Sam Darnold is that you take him and put him in different surroundings, the ship probably doesn't work out. If you keep him in the same surroundings, I don't think you're going to see like a crazy drop off where he just looks like a different quarterback. He might look a little bit worse the more the NFL gets used to him, but you're probably going to get 80% of this year at worst. In terms of production, like he'll be okay. And it's just if Sam Darnold shows up and plays okay football, people probably don't get fired. So I just think
assuming Kevin O'Connell gets extended because he's into his final season next season of his contract.
Right.
Assuming he gets extended, right? You have to look at it this way.
Yeah.
This season and the next 2 seasons going forward, is JJ McCarthy going to be better than this version of Sam Darnold? Like, which one would you rather bet on? I
Yeah.
think the answer is an obvious no.
Yeah.
So, fuck 3 years in the future. You're the Vikings. You've never won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
They've only been to one NFC Championship game in my life, I want to say.
Yeah.
And they got smoked by Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I get you guys don't think like Sam Darnold is amazing, and like that's probably true. But also, guys, like this is the NFC. This isn't the AFC.
Yeah.
If the Vikings were an AFC team, would I be paying Sam Darnold 45 or 50 million a year for 5 years? Fuck no.
Yeah.
But like they don't have to beat any of the Josh Allens or Lamar Jacksons or Mahomes in the playoffs until a hypothetical Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a guarantee that McCarthy's going to be better in the short term. 7 years from now, will McCarthy be better? I hope so. But like, who the fuck cares about 7 years from now if you're in this position as Minnesota? It's not like they're like 10-7.
Yeah.
They could be the 1 seed with a tiny bit of seriousness applied.
Well, a 15-win 1 seed. And then when it comes to McCarthy, you have to consider the injury, and then you also have to consider the transition he's making from Michigan to Minnesota. Like there were games at Michigan where he would attempt like 12 passes. And there were games where he would not attempt to pass like beyond 15 yards. Like he's a quarterback that when you talk about adjusting from the college game to the pro game, he's going to have a lot of adjusting to do. So it's not like a quarterback who was in a pro style offense who had done something similar to what they're walking into. There's going to be a lot. You're asking for a lot to throw him into this offense and have him know how to get the most out of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson immediately. And
I
then
don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not like I don't know. Maybe if I felt JJ McCarthy was like more of a like Bo Nix kind of person who started for like 5 years, or like a Michael Penix kind of person,
Yeah.
who had all this experience, I would get it.
Oh
Because I'm
my
not
God.
anti throwing rookies in. Fuck, I was calling for the Ravens to put Lamar in the moment they drafted him. I was like, fuck it, let's see what we have.
Yeah.
But like, you have to consider what your like alternative is.
Yeah.
And I just think Darnold's a better alternative for the time being than JJ McCarthy, because it's not like you're talking Michael Penix or fucking Bo Nix.
Yo, for a game between two 14-win teams, this looks like a game between two 8-win teams.
100%.
This looks like shit. Sam Darnold intentional grounding that was probably a dropped pick. Not quite. But like he literally threw it between somebody's legs. Yo, this game is garbage. This is the power of rivalry games. So I get what you're going for. I just would use a different word than power. Like this is just the general like what happens when two teams that are very familiar with each other play. You get some ugly football games. Man, 2nd and 23 for midfield after the pick. Talk about not making the most of your opportunities. They get like 15 yards on 2nd down, but still. Also, by the way, people in the chat, if you get a Terrion Arnold injury update, let me know. Because, yo, the Detroit defense is dropping like flies. I've never seen anything like this. Third and 6. Lions don't bring pressure for once. And Justin Jefferson gets the ball in double coverage. And it doesn't work out. So 4th and 6. Are they gonna go for it here? I don't think so. More field goals for Minnesota.
I think you got to kick this.
Yeah. Detroit needs the 1 seed badly. For sure. Both these teams need the 1 seed badly. But yeah, for sure.
I think Detroit needs a week off more than anything.
True. It's a Vikings kicker. That's true, but he did make it 10-9.
Let's look indoors, man. You shouldn't be missing from 50 if you're in a dome. I'm sorry.
True. Let me see if there's any. There's probably some mock drafts. Let me see if there's a mock draft out here. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. No, thank you. USA Today. Why not? Hell no.
Who do you think goes number one?
Me. I think it's Shador.
Okay.
But this mock draft has Cam Ward number 1, Travis Hunter to the Browns 2. That's wild. That would be wild if they make him play in that rebuild to start his career. Playing 100 snaps a game in a rebuild? No, thank you, bro. He's about to play one side of the ball if he ends up in Cleveland.
Yeah, fuck that.
Giants get Shador number 3. Patriots go offensive tackle. That makes sense. Jaguars go corner, but specifically at this point, BPA. Jaguars going best player available, I guess makes sense. Raiders going, I guess, partially need, but also like close to best player available as well. So here's the thing, General. I don't know if the quarterbacks in this draft class dictate like a great trade down like haul.
Yeah.
You have to be committed to trading down to trade down. No team is gonna like knock your socks off with a trade offer. You're gonna have to. It has to make good sense for you to trade back in order for any team to trade back.
Some of these quarterback prospects are like worth it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Not like these quarterbacks are gonna go this high because teams need quarterbacks. Like put Cam Ward in last year's draft class, second round pick.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Big up, Joel. I'm trading for futures. Out here trading for future draft picks. I hear it. Jets go, I guess, best play available, defensive line. The city of Miami is on fire. Is it? Jimmy Butler and Tyreek Hill? Yeah, everybody wants out of there.
Fuck it, man.
Yo, Shams is a hilarious person, man. Like, I would be. So here's the thing. Do you think, because some people think that like maybe the agent and him are like kind of staging this? I don't think so.
The Jimmy Butler thing?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, like this is, it reflects pretty poorly on the agent. I don't think what would be his angle?
To try and call out Shams?
No, like if they like if cause some people think that like they're basically just like they're working together. Like this whole thing is staged in terms of the like him disputing Shams's report. Like I don't think
I don't think so. I think the Heat put pressure on him to dispute that report.
Yeah.
I think it's all the Heat were trying to do damage control, and then finally Jimmy's team was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, I feel like they should have known who they were dealing with when it comes to damage control with Jimmy Butler. Like, I don't think he was trying to, at any point, was he trying to cooperate? Oh, shout out the guy in the Miami Heat Twitter Spaces that called Pat Riley a Dwayne Wade merchant. Though that was a great time. First and 10 for the Lions. Laporta gets about six yards. So, also, hold up, King. I don't know. Did they go 17-0? I think they went, I think they went 14-0 those times. Like obviously not 17, but it wasn't 16, or was it? Was it 16? Oh no, they went 17-0, including the Super Bowl. That's what they did. Yeah, I think I figured it out. But yo, Peter, 1 second. Let me pull up, because I think what I want to do this week is I had a chart. I'm just gonna pull it up. Where the hell is it? I want to do this for both conferences. Let me get this the hell out of here. Share my screen. But midweek at some point, I want to do this. But basically, just like as of right now, like a table where it's like, especially now that we know the seedings, like calling every matchup just before the playoffs start, and then keeping track of how it goes for the rest of the playoffs.
Okay.
But yeah. I think there was 1 week randomly where I decided to put this together because it was on my mind. But you hear FS1 is imploding as well. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, man, that lawsuit is nuts.
Yeah, it was back when we were good. The memes are hilarious. I've always wanted to smoke the Skip Bayless and Emmanuel Acho pack. Yeah, I hear it. There's a lot of characters involved that people have been like rooting for their downfall. So the court of public opinion, I think, is going to swing one side pretty aggressively.
I didn't realize Acho only played 2 years in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a scrub. I think he was on the Eagles.
Yep, he got drafted by the Eagles. Or no. The Eagles traded for him. He got drafted by Cleveland, I think.
I think that was Chip Kelly too. I think fucking Chip Kelly. That should have been strike one. Is if Chip Kelly decides he needs to trade for you.
Yep.
Yo, the whole social media quarterback like campaign was a wild one.
But yeah, guys, this lawsuit is probably going to really shake things up at Fox, I would say. Interesting how Acho hasn't tweeted anything about the NFL all day.
Yep.
I would surmise they won't be tweeting anything anytime soon.
But yeah, I saw Skip Bayless on his YouTube channel posting like nothing was going on, so that was interesting. I do think
doesn't work there anymore.
Oh yeah, this is from the past for him.
Yeah, right. No, Skip Bayless left in August.
Right.
He doesn't work there.
So yeah, he's definitely got to get on YouTube. That's the main source.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, Skip left in August of 23, right?
I guess so.
Because Shannon's been on ESPN First Take for a while.
Skip. Yeah. That's
No,
another thing though, yo. Like the
Shannon
Shannon,
left. Shannon left in 23. The
yeah.
show got canceled August of this year.
Oh, okay.
Well, not this year, last year, technically. Yeah, the show got ditched like 5 months ago. So he's been gone. He got fired when the show got canceled as well. Because his contract was running down. So they were like, fuck it, let's just pay him out and get him out of here.
Yeah.
Bro, FS1 low key just threw all their stuff together. And for Nick Wright to be like their best analyst for things when I really don't even respect like his sports opinions too much, like says something.
Yeah. What is Stephen A? Nah, yo, I mean, I wonder what Shannon Sharp is gonna say because, like, yo, I feel like that divorce between him and Fox Sports, like, you seen one side go one way and the other side go the other.
Oh, 100%.
Like, yo, that nightcap channel grew like so quickly.
Well, yeah, because like I think Fox thought that Skip was the views for that show.
Yeah.
And evidently they were incorrect.
Yep. Bad talent evaluation.
The views and the traction followed Shannon from Undisputed to Nightcap for sure.
Yeah. And like, no, it's just like, here's the thing. Like, Nightcap technically is like in some ways you could say like a well put together show. You got two ex players, right? But it's like it has the casualness of a lot of internet content that I think people are like gravitating towards too. Like, man, Ocho's out there with Wi-Fi issues. His camera isn't working sometimes. Like, it's a lot of these like big networks are, I guess, failing to realize that like, yo, nobody cares about the big ass studio you guys have.
Yeah,
It's not
like the average person doesn't care about the production value of the content.
It doesn't matter. It's literally all about the substance. So yeah, from a certain like standpoint, because I think you made the point on Twitter about how like a lot of mainstream sports content is just too expensive. Like there's too much overhead involved.
Yep.
For it to like be sustainable. And I definitely think that's true. And like, man, at the end of the day, this shit is sports content. Like this isn't like, bro, just all you need is a microphone and you just need to speak. And people are here to listen. And like, I don't know about you, but I think for like at least me, a lot of the sports content, I assume it's not like a primary activity thing. I don't sit down and decide I'm going to listen to this thing for an hour and focus on it. It's on in the background while I do other shit. I'm not even necessarily trying to look at sports content.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to listen while I'm working.
Yes.
It never gets my undivided attention.
Damn. Fourth down. Lions out here scoring touchdowns on fourth down. Vikings doing absolutely nothing on fourth down. Kind of looks pretty clear what direction this game is going to head to. Yo, Vikings Rams, NFL, I guess because they put that on a Monday. Like if that was on the weekend, I don't think I would do a watch along. Because it's a Monday night game, I might. But like,
yeah,
shit. That's a shit matchup. Rams Vikings.
They already played on Thursday Night Football earlier this year too.
I totally wiped that from my memory as well.
The Rams won.
Oh shit. Wait, early season Rams beat the Vikings?
Yes, dude. They were doing the whole, the Rams might trade Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, and they started winning.
Oh, that was the game.
Yes.
That was the game.
That was one of my few hot takes that I thought was correct.
Yes. No, I remember that now. Correct.
It's like the Rams are still going to make the playoffs. Yes, they're 1-4. No, I don't give a fuck.
Damn. All right.
Guys, I'm like 2 for 50 on hot takes, but that's one of the two.
That just means your hot takes were actual hot takes.
True. All right, guys, I'm going to go switch my laundry. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Hell yeah. I mean, he has all the toys and refrigerator performances. Yo. But yeah. I think there was a point in time where I was doing game recaps, so we can go back to that. We were in the middle of Bengals Steelers. Yeah, Russ, you can't be that shit on 2-minute drives. Bengals, you guys don't run the ball ever. That's a problem. I got to figure that out for next year. And yeah, man, Pittsburgh ending the year 4-game losing streak. Most people are gonna would pick the Ravens to win. The idea of starting a season 10-3 and losing 5 in a row is a complete disaster. It's not conventional wisdom to evaluate a coach that's had a winning year in 17 years in a row or for 17 years in a row. So that's probably not the direction they're going to head to. You got to look at the people putting the team together because, again, Pittsburgh has not been a threat for a while. They have a very long playoff win streak, like a streak of not having a playoff win. I think they're up in the top 10 of teams with a streak of not winning playoff games. So, yeah, they need to figure that shit out. Giants, Eagles, really quickly. That's wild. That's wild that the Eagles got to put backups and third stringers out there. Literally, anybody who has any value did not touch the field. And it was legitimately not even like a random outcome. This was a comprehensive, one-sided game. This is like, I don't even know. Like, people aren't going to look at this. People aren't going to care about this. This isn't like a notable game. But this is a new low point for the Giants. Yo, you say that. But, bro, you still have starting players. Like, they played all their starters. We didn't play any starters. Like, Tracy played. Singletary, I'm pretty sure, played. Neighbors played. Neighbors was chasing a record. They had starters playing. Like, this is the thing. Backups are still supposed to be not as good as starters. Like, people talk a lot about like, oh, how do you think Alabama would fare against the Browns? Like, that was the big debate, like maybe 6-7 years ago, Alabama against the Browns. But like, backups are supposed to get smoked by starters. So like, I'm not even necessarily saying this to gas the backups, because the backups are still backups. But bro, you're the Giants. You just beat the Colts. So this is the thing. You're saying they're crap and I don't care, it's the Giants. They just beat the Colts. The same set of players, which says a lot about the Colts. I know, right? What I'm saying though is like, it's a low point. At the end of the day, Neighbors is probably your best player. Your best player was chasing a record. But yeah, man, this is a low point for the Giants. Those guys fucking suck. Naylor gets about 20 yards on second down. Yeah, these game recaps, they can be ripped through because a lot of these games just had nothing to them. A whole lot of backups. Oh, is this going to be a holding flag? No way. Oh, it's declined. It's on Detroit. Holding on the defense. First and 10, handoff to Aaron Jones. So I guess my feeling for Minnesota in this game now is that whenever they get into the red zone, I'm assuming they're going to bog down. They got to score from here. They have to try to score long touchdowns. Cam Akers needed to house that when he had the chance. So I don't know, man. Minnesota, go deep. Clearly, it looks like when the field shrinks, you guys can't execute. So take your shots right now. Third and 4 coming up. In the final minute of the third, big down here. You kick a field goal and go down 5 with the momentum of this game. That would be a horrible outcome. So I think they might go for it here on 4th down. Especially if it's a short 4th down. But yeah, 3rd and 4. Cam Akers is in the game. Detroit rushes 5. And Darnold misses Hawkinson, but there is a flag on the play. Oh, I saw one Lions player looking disappointed, and I figured that was because of a flag. I guess Buddy was just disappointed for some other reason. Wait, if Detroit wins, does that mean they swept their division? Yes, I do. I do think yeah, they swept the Packers. Yeah. 2 losses coming against the Bucks. And who? Oh, Bucks and the Bills. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, so they're gonna kick this field goal, go down 5. And then if Detroit gets a touchdown after that, that's the game. Right. Oh my God. He sold. The kicker missed from 52. So it's not even going to be a 5-point game. It's going to be an 8-point game. And yeah, Detroit is going to have very good field position, a very good chance to make it a 2-score game. And the way the Vikings offense is going, yeah, I think things are going to be really bad for them. I guess I could be a bit happy that the Chiefs didn't sweep the division. Yo, they fucking sucked today. It wasn't even a game. I don't know, like I wonder if the Chiefs if they were like, you know what? Fuck Cincinnati. We're not even going to make this competitive. We're not even going to give the Broncos a chance to beat themselves. Cuz that was bad. Last play of the third, I think. Nope, Gibbs goes out of bounds. And they're already across midfield. Oh no, the clock does run? I don't know. It's a Vikings kicker. This is true. This is definitely true. That's heritage right there. Okay, real quick. Bears Packers. Obviously Packers had to play Malik Willis quite a bit. I think even with Malik Willis, I've seen them win a couple games this year, so pretty disappointing game. I guess the Packers are kind of stumbling into the playoffs. Let me check the results here to be absolutely sure, but I don't think they're playing their absolute best ball. Actually, hold on. They beat the shit out of Seattle, so maybe that's just me thinking of the Lions game and thinking of this game. I mean, yeah, they did. They didn't have. Oh no, they beat the shit out of the Seahawks and the Saints. So it's really just the last 2 weeks. Not the best game against Minnesota. Not the best game against Chicago. We'll see how things fare against Philadelphia next week. I kind of feel the same way about the Packers, where I don't think that they're. I don't think they're living up to what they have on paper. And even with that being the case, Jordan Love, in theory, could just start gunslinging and it could work. But yeah, in terms of like the average outcome for them when they play, definitely not living up to the pieces that they have. I don't really think they've been able to get Josh Jacobs going this year the way he could. And I think that really is going to impact their like ceiling when it comes to them as a playoff team. But really bad game, even with Malik Willis again. I don't think much of the Bears. And I've seen Malik Willis beat teams that I think are better than the Bears. So yeah, Kind of a weird little 2-game stretch to close out the year for them. Chiefs backups were operating like Mahomes' brother. Criminal activities. That's hilarious. It's about to be some belt to ass. Yeah, it looks like it, man. It looks like Detroit's about to score a touchdown to end this game.
How did Detroit get the ball back?
Missed field goal.
Oh, wow.
Missed from 52. Missed badly as well. I think he may have missed the net.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the down and distance? Like, what was the distance? Like on the fourth down?
The kick was from 52, and it was on a 4th and 4. I want to say. So I kind of got the feeling they might go for it because you're kicking a field goal to go down 5, and you have no momentum. Like 4th and 4, but at the same time, their short yardage execution all game, like in big 3rd and 4th down moments, has been absolutely abysmal. But at the same time, like you can't let that govern your decision making. Like you needed to get a touchdown on that drive, and you didn't. So, Sam Laporta gets another 10 yards. The Lions are already in field goal range. If the Lions score a touchdown, I might we might have to get into faded the stream mode for that next drive. I might need to see a touchdown from the Vikings to continue this watch along.
I agree.
So we're gonna. Oh my God, Jared Goff! I'm just gonna let you watch this. I'm not even gonna say anything.
Oh no.
Bro, the way this game is going, this would have been wild. Yo, he looked up too.
Oh my God.
He looked up, bro. You see on the replay, he started looking downfield without the ball. Fucking Van Ginkel.
Oh my God.
That would have been a fucking 2-point conversion to tie the game out of nowhere. 3rd pick of the day for Goff, it could have been. Yo, Jared Goff single-handedly trying to make this game competitive. Yo, Vikings most impactful players today, Justin Jefferson and Jared Goff. I'd argue Goff over Jefferson too. Third and 1. Oh, shit. Man, Goff has a chance to go through like 5 reads. It's all the way back to the middle of the field to Jamison Williams, and it's a first down. And yeah, Detroit's moved the ball with incredible efficiency here. I think they've had a couple plays that didn't get anything, but you're talking about like damn near 10 yards of play otherwise. Yeah, absolutely. Gibbs gets the handoff. Oh my God. Finds the edge. Hits the gas and gets to the end zone pretty easily.
They scored that exact same touchdown in the first half. All right, guys. Vikings score. The stream ends. Let me not dictate, actually. Vikings score or I leave the stream. Did Bates hit that off the upright for the extra point? Wow. Vikings score or the stream ends. Like, if they get the ball back to Detroit down 15.
Yeah, we're out of here.
You guys can watch. God bless, but not me.
Yeah, no, we're out of here. In the event that happens,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll put the banner up right now. That's fate of the stream. But bro, General, I know the NFL isn't delivering tonight, but I don't know what the hell happened in the world of the NBA either. Sacramento's up 31 on Golden State. That's cool, I guess. OKC had a big win against Boston. That's dope. Utah won a game. That's not good for the tank. Utah had 27 points off the bench from a guy named Bryce Sensabaugh. Who is that?
That's real hoops right there.
They got 12 points off the bench from Svi Mihailuk. How many teams has this guy been on? Shout out to Disco Flash. Man said, let's go Lions. I feel like a lot more people on the Lions bandwagon generally. People don't really bang with Minnesota like that. Oh, yeah. The universal, like, fuck Sacramento from the coaching community was pretty interesting. Never getting on the Lions bandwagon. I hear it. I feel like it's destined for heartbreak. I kind of think the Lions season is going to end the same way it did last year. Like, they're going to have a game where they just go too crazy on the going for it and being aggressive, and it doesn't work, and they lose, and that's it. But yeah, 15-point game, 24-9, 13 minutes to go. And as the banner says, fate of the stream ends if the Vikings don't score. Heavily relying on the fact that the Vikings wouldn't attempt a field goal here. If they do, that would be absolutely absurd.
Put the letters TD in there, just to be clear.
In case people didn't know. The purple incarnations of Satan. What did the Vikings do to you for you to be talking about them like that? Especially as a Chiefs fan. All right, well, they're playing with some tempo here, so maybe they think playing quick will help things. Toss to the flat to Cam Akers. Gets them in third down immediately. So yeah, the tempo might just mean the stream ends quicker too. Yo, Jewel, they're not kicking a field goal though. Like realistically, I mean, they might, but like realistically, they're not. It's a joke from Tom Grassi. He calls him that. Okay, see that coming from a Packers fan makes complete sense. I understand the hatred there. I remember seeing a Green Bay like bar. They put a poster that was like 9 yards long in a bar that was meant to represent the 9 yards that Adrian Peterson needed to get the rushing record. So once I saw that level of savagery, I kind of figured what that rivalry was like. The Vikings and field goals, that ain't gonna end well. That's true. Penalty here extends the drive. Anzalone holding. This is true though. They're the 50 plus 1 club in the NFL. They are a Red Bull team. They should be the Red Bull Packers. Refs are trying to keep the stream up. 100%, bro. Like, refs, if you're watching, bro, you could just leave a chat. You don't have to call these flags and whatnot. Oh, true. My bad. I guess I made the association because in my head, I've seen so many times, like I've seen the Red Bull Club and 50 plus 1 talked about in conversation with each other so many times. So in my head, they're tied together. But yeah, no, he's right. They are very they are opposites. Goddamn, are they like 30 injured? Yo, so this is the thing. I was trying to I made a point to ask about Terrion Arnold. Because bro, that would be another really important injury. Second and 9. Darnold, I was about to say finally like makes like a big throw over the middle into a tight window, but the window was too goddamn tight because Brian Branch was right there. Third and 9, another big down. Oh, he's questionable. Oh, it was a foot injury. Okay, I think they'll be fine then. If it's a foot injury. And still winning. This is true. Calvin Johnson not anymore with the Lions, but I heard he's still on their injury list. True. Okay. Lions bring the house on 3rd and 9, and Darnold sees ghosts. Darnold not able to find a target, and they're going to be in 4th and long. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so if they fail to convert this 4th down, I'm going to rip through the game recaps because, again, not much to say about a lot of these games, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, 100%, bro. This is definitely done. But yeah, he was back to seeing ghosts. Oh my God, they're punting. All right, game recaps. Dope. Bears Packers kind of already said everything that needs to be said. Panthers Falcons. So Falcons lose a must-win game for them. It would have ended up not getting them in the playoffs anyways, but they did have to win it, and they did fail to win it. I often make a point with defensive coaches. If you have a defensive coach, you're placing yourself at a disadvantage when it comes to offensive coaching because of the slant that does exist towards offensive coaches. What I mean is, if you have a great offensive coordinator, the odds are they probably get poached. So the thing is, for you to have a defensive coach, it's fine to have one, but it has to pay off. When you have a defensive coach and in a must-win game, you give up 44 to the Panthers, that's not acceptable. So Falcons defense, they spent a lot of resources trying to make it better. They have a defensive head coach. This should have gone better for them defensively. I'm not even all the way pissed at the fact that their offense wasn't able to be great this year. Kirk Cousins was a terrorist. They didn't play Penix until the end of the year. That's fine. Their defense should have been much better, though. So this was really bad. But with Carolina, I think that's great. I think it's great for them that they're ending the year this way. Starting to build some momentum. They had a run where they were playing well, not winning games. They won a couple games. Then they kind of trickled off, but got back on track here. Bryce Young is so confident he's turning around. I don't know if this is going to work out, but at least they're not in like the complete shithole that they were in this past offseason. Like, there might be some positive signs. Okay, big up to Jovan Rodriguez. Go Lions, baby. I hear it. I hear it. Um, Lions are coming up big in a big moment. Shout out to you. Is this the first time you've been in the chat? I feel like I don't recognize your name. But yeah, big up to you. We do not have a Detroit Lions fan or a Michigan fan at In Motion Football. So I would like to offer you the possibility to be the Detroit Lions / Michigan Wolverines representative in this chat. Um, yeah, we have a little community going on here where um where we talk ball. And the hope is to get a fan from every fan or every like major fan base at some point. And with as good as Detroit is nowadays, uh, Detroit is obviously a topic of conversation, and nobody's gonna know Detroit better than actual fans of the team. So I'm an Eagles fan. We might be seeing each other pretty soon. But yeah, tap in, tap in. I do watch alongs for a lot of the major games. Definitely we'll be doing a Lions watch along at some point. You say hope the sub helps, brother. Every sub helps a lot. So appreciate that a lot. Oh my god, Jahmyr Gibbs up the sidelines. If people didn't think this game was over before, let it be clear now. And Gibbs fumbles, but they jump on it pretty immediately. But yeah. Wait, doesn't that complete the NFC North? Wait, this is true. We have a Packers fan in Gale. We have a Bears fan in Murtaza, who hasn't been here in a while. We got the Vikings fan in Surfell. And now we got I'm assuming it's Jovan, but you can let me know if there's a better way to say your name. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up these game previews. I'm 49 points away from winning my fantasy. Okay. Well, safe to say I don't think you're gonna get it, but best of luck next time, I guess. Yeah, this bro, we both had the same NCO. Best of luck. Nothing else to say. Okay. To quickly run through these game recaps so we can get the hell out of here. Panthers. Oh yeah, Panthers getting some momentum. Falcons. Why the hell do you have a defensive head coach and a shitty defense? Saints and Buccaneers. Kind of concerning for Tampa Bay that some of these games have been as difficult as they have. I understand that the Saints have like sometimes in football when you start playing for a purpose, things can go well. But the Saints are missing. They've been missing so many players. And Tampa has a history of making games look uglier than they need to be. But yeah, that was bad for Tampa. It took till the very end. They had to play the complete football game. But what I would say, they showed a stat that Baker Mayfield was 0-43, 0-43 in games when he was down 10. So he got his first win of his career after being down 10. So that's dope for him, I guess. But yeah, from the Saints side of things, I think they're about to enter the pits of hell for a couple years in this rebuild. And we'll see what happens with the Bucks. I think they'll beat the Commanders and lose in the divisional round to whoever they play. Actually, I think it has to be Philadelphia. If it was in Tampa, yikes, because you know that they have they have our number in Tampa, but I don't know if they'll have our number in Philly. Commanders, Cowboys, not much to say about this game. Two backups. Daniels. So Washington played all their starters, looked like complete shit, and then benched their starters. But specifically bench Daniels because Terry McLaurin did score the winning touchdown at the end. But the Commanders looked like downright just complete garbage until Mariota started playing, and then he looked okay. Or then the offense looked okay. But yeah, Trey Lance was actually like not bad from what I saw. Good for the Cowboys, I guess. They may have been playing the second best quarterback this whole time. I guess we'll see more of Trey Lance as a backup next year, but yeah, weird game. Kind of looked like the Commanders were gonna lose the game, shockingly. And then Mariota showed up and won the game. So that was interesting. Jaguars, Colts, very little to say about this game. It went into overtime. Shame on Indianapolis. Everybody should get fired there. And yeah, that's about it. Cannot believe how much below like their talent than that they play. Texans, Titans. I really thought the Titans would. To be honest, I really thought the Texans wouldn't play their starters. But I guess they're playing so shit that they needed the reps. Like like I felt like they weren't even thinking about rest because they're not even thinking about a Super Bowl run. They're thinking about how do we get our players to stop playing like shit. So they got the win here. If I had known that the Texans would play their starters, I would probably not have picked the Titans. But also, our boy Coleridge, CJ Stroud got hurt. Davis Mills entered the game, so we'll see how CJ is for next week. But yeah, Bills Patriots. This was my like bold prediction that actually panned out. Oh my God, Minnesota jumping offsides on 4th and 2. Oh my God, this has become an ass whooping. Yo, King Dan Campbell is absolutely so disrespectful, man. It's hilarious. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. I don't think being disrespectful in the sport of football is a bad thing. It's such a violent and brutal game. Like I think being prim and proper in this kind of a setting is an absurd like standard to have, bro. It's football. Like I think these kind of things police themselves. If a person is disrespectful in the game of football, they will get what's coming from them from an opponent that really wants to get them back for the disrespect. These things will police themselves. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, this was the one that kind of worked out, but I did not obviously expect Drake May to get hurt. His backup, Milton, I don't know his first name. Milton played aight. He scored a rushing touchdown, did a backflip. He's known for having a cannon. Milton looked like a viable backup. They might have 2 very young quarterbacks next year. Actually, not even next year, for the next 3 years. But that was dope. That was good. Obviously, the Bills played their backups, and their backups include Mitch Trubisky. So I didn't think that was going to go well for them. James Cook got a couple carries, though, so I don't know why that happened. Yo, that's wild. That's wild. This disrespect is crazy. But yo, that was last year though, bro. So you gotta leave 2024 and 2024, man. We're on to 2025. Speaking of an ass whooping though, Broncos over Chiefs. Chiefs showed up to this game, and I think their main message was fuck Cincinnati. So yeah, that's what happened. Cincinnati got absolutely drop kicked out of the playoffs in this result. The Broncos were playing a bunch of nobodies, basically, like playing against a bunch of nobodies, and it looked like it. They did their thing. They did what they're supposed to. But the Chiefs, I was excited for Carson Wentz, man. I was actually really excited to see what Carson Wentz would look like after a year and a half of coaching from Andy Reid. Breaking news. Looked like complete downright garbage. But to be honest, so was his supporting cast. So it is what it is. Can't be too why is he disrespectful? Nah, it's just the decisions to like 4th down decisions. And then beyond this game, specifically like what's it called? Like the trick plays, the aggressiveness, that's more like the kind of stuff that feels disrespectful sometimes because he's not just trying to beat you, he's trying to stun on you. So that's I guess what we're talking about. They went for it in field goal range, up 3 TDs. There we go. But yeah, man. I was excited for Carson Wentz. The game did not live up to my excitement. They didn't even keep it close to keep the 4 o'clock slate entertaining. The 4 o'clock slate was complete garbage. Part of the garbage was this Niners Cardinals. So Josh Dobbs played. Obviously, the Niners have been kind of a mess. Jawan Jennings was chasing 1,000 yards as somebody who may not get another opportunity to get 1,000 yards and got kicked out of the game for back-to-back personal fouls. So that was pretty shitty as well. I would say poor guy, but he did it to himself. I guess it's cool for the Cardinals to put up 47 on a rival to end their year, but I kind of feel like they had an opportunity going into this year to get a little bit better and build some momentum, and they failed. So I kind of don't feel that hopeful for them building on anything, right? Like I think they're kind of just going to be an okay team. But today that definitely wasn't the case. Today was not hold on. Oh, never mind. But yeah, no, they beat the Niners ass today. Dolphins also had a chance to make the playoffs if they won the game. Turned out even if they won the game, it would be all for nothing. Because the Broncos absolutely beat the shit out of the Chiefs. But in this game, the Dolphins, as a lot of people would expect, didn't look that great with Snoop Huntley being the quarterback. What I will say though is that like the Jets offense, I think Rodgers had 4 touchdowns. They looked decent, but the big thing is it really had the vibe of a last hurrah kind of a thing for Aaron Rodgers. I think he's retiring. That's my takeaway. Just the way things looked, the way they were celebrating touchdowns, the way they were going out, it really felt like that was that man's last game. Threw for his 500th touchdown. I think he's out of here. I don't know where Devontae is going to go next year, but he's not going to be with the Jets. Your voice sounds normal now? Hell yeah. Okay, I think oddly, that's weird. The voice got better as the stream went on. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was just out of practice. Rodgers threw a pick to start the game. Interesting. I missed that. So then it could have been an even bigger blowout. But yeah, it felt like his last game. Rams, Seahawks. So when I saw that Garoppolo was playing, I thought this would have been an easy game for the Seahawks. It was not, because Garoppolo actually played well. So good for them. I didn't really know what they would get from their backup quarterback spot, but evidently they got some good quarterback play. I think they rested their main receivers. Blake Corum is out for the year, but I mean, they barely play him anyways. So from a Seahawks standpoint, I think it's clear to see that they have some good things, but they just don't have an offensive line. And that rears its ugly head all the time. Obviously, they need to upgrade Geno Smith, but even without upgrading Geno Smith, you could get more from Geno Smith if he just had an offensive line. So that needs to change. They became the first 10-win team in the expanded playoff format to not make the playoffs. We're in the 4th year of having a 7 seed, and in every year thus far of that format, if you win 10 games, you make the playoffs. This is the first year that it's not going to happen. So that's kind of interesting. It just goes to show how good the wild card. Really, that goes to show how good the NFC North was. But yeah, Seahawks, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, they weren't going to do anything in the playoffs anyways, and maybe the better draft positioning helps. But that brings us to the last game to recap: Chargers, Raiders. The Vikings are so bad they made your voice get better. Bro, they made me talk, and actually I guess work my voice box out. Haven't really been talking like this since I've been sick, so maybe that's what happened. Chargers and Raiders. Raiders go out with a whimper. I think they were up like 10-3 in this game, so that means they got outscored 31-10. Closing stretch of the game. But yeah, Chargers, they're kind of rolling offensively, I feel, because even though you might look at the opponents and say that they played the Patriots and the Raiders, they still scored 34 and 40 points, which not everybody does against bad teams, and not everybody does generally anyways. So I do think the Chargers are figuring things out offensively. Getting Dobbins back helped. I think they're going to take that momentum into Houston. I think they're going to have a good game against Houston and win that game as well. But yeah, Chargers, I got you guys winning that playoff game and then going to Kansas City and losing. But what would that be? 11 wins and a playoff win? That'd be an amazing year. If I told you guys before the year you guys get 11 wins and a playoff win, a road playoff win, you guys would take it. But not really. Fuck the Raiders for being the only team to not make it. Damn. Yo, here's the thing. You really want to flex your division rivals? I hate my division rivals. I don't want to flex their success. Like some people talk about like, yo, NFC East is the best division because it's the only division where everybody has a Super Bowl. But I wish my division rivals didn't have a Super Bowl. So I don't even get that angle sometimes. Like, I hope all my division rivals are like 2-win teams every year. I don't want to flex this way. But speaking of division rivals being shit, the Lions are about to finish 6-0 in their division. in a division that is kicking everybody's ass for the most part. Lots of wins in that division. Pretty impressive feat from Detroit. 15-2 is ahead of them. The 1 seed is ahead of them. We will not see them next week, but we will see them the week after. But yeah, I'm like 50-50 between. I'll respect the Ravens. Okay, true. Your division is interesting though, because the Ravens are some of the more respectable, like they're a respectable team objectively. And then the Browns are the opposite. Like objectively, they're a team worthy of no respect. But yeah, big up to everybody in here. Fate of the stream did seal the fate of the stream. So this shit is over. It is a 22-point game with 4 minutes to go. We've gotten through the game recaps, and that's that. So I'll kind of set the table for this week. There's a bunch of things I want to do. I think I might be streaming every day this week. I want to do a Black Monday stream tomorrow. Like, I'm assuming the streams this week will be like 1 hour streams too, by the way. So if you guys don't catch them live, I don't know if you guys give a shit enough to watch things after the fact. But maybe these streams won't be watch-alongs. So maybe they have some entertainment value like otherwise. But I'll probably be doing like nightly streams. Tomorrow, I want to do a Black Monday stream, kind of just like setting the table for the vacancies and who the candidates might be. Then I want to do the playoff landscaping this week. I might separate AFC and NFC to like focus on one conference and do the chart of predicting every outcome. In theory, if every team matches up against every team, putting that chart together and then keeping track of it as the playoffs go. So that might be 2 streams. And then I want to do quarterback musical chairs. So I did that one time in the middle of the year. I'm going to do it probably 3 times a year, before the year, middle of the year, after the year, of just like reevaluating every quarterback spot in the NFL, all 32 starters, see who needs a quarterback. And then of those quarterbacks, what kind of quarterback might they be looking for, like a vet or a rookie. So that's a 4th stream. And shit, might have to do with actual playoff preview stream as well. So I'm thinking we might have 5 streams for 5 days this week, but I'm not sure because life might get in the way. But big up to you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What time am I streaming? It's pretty dependent. I mean, I'll just say 8 p.m. Eastern, probably 8 p.m. Eastern, just to keep that like consistent. But yeah, let's go with that, 8 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, big up to you guys. Hit that like button and subscribe on your way out. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have a great time. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.